Connors, thank you. Welcome in to the Nissan pregame drive. Thursday night football brings us to the great state of Texas and Dallas, where the SMU Mustangs look to keep their undefeated season intact against visiting Tulane. They feel good. They feel healthy. Willie Fritz coming off a bye week, Sonny Dykes, and that offense is going to take center stage. Can the Ponies stay perfect and keep their New Year's Six bowl aspirations alive? Should be a good one. And with that, welcome in Roddy Jones, Matt Berry alongside. I had mentioned SMU because last night with Coastal Carolina going down, they're one of group of five teams that has remained perfect on the season. 3 consecutive years, SMU has started the season at least 5-0. They start good. Sometimes they can't finish what they started. So, Roddy, how do they do that this year?
Well, first and foremost, the schedule is very similar to it was a year ago when it was really backloaded. So depth is certainly going to help, particularly on the defensive side of the football, and Sonny Dykes feels like they have that. But if they're going to do it, it's going to be behind the guy Sam Acho just mentioned, Tanner Mordecai, their outstanding quarterback, the Oklahoma transfer, who has just continued the lineage of great quarterback play at SMU. You can see the total yardage per game. This offense, second or top 10 in total yards and in scoring. The completion percentage through the roof. And by the way, he's getting the ball in the end zone, tied for first for touchdown passes. He has been fantastic for this team, and he's got an excellent cast.
You know what helps for Mordecai? He's a really, really good quarterback, but look at those receivers that he has to throw to tonight.
Look at the distribution. I mean, these guys are really talented, but it takes a special player, a player with great processing to dish the ball where it needs to go. Reggie Robertson as well, a name that's very familiar to SMU fans and to fans across the Americans, getting healthy coming off that knee injury from a year ago. His numbers are going to continue to skyrocket.
See, Grant Calcaterra, he's also a transfer from Oklahoma. We expect the receivers to be busy early and often tonight. When you talk about Tulane and their story coming in, we'll get to them in a minute, but the schedule for SMU, you mentioned that it's backloaded. Everyone's IDing November 20th.
Yeah, but they better not overlook October 30th and November 6th. We've seen Houston is off to a great start, playing great defense, and Memphis much better than their record, not turning the ball over now. If they're able to get through those two on the road unscathed, absolutely, that November 20th matchup looms large.
And you can't overlook tonight, Tulane, to talk about them for a minute. 1-5 on the season. We called their last game 2 Thursdays ago against Houston. They go into the bye week. Willie Fritz says that first half of the season, we're going to take it. We're going to flush it down the toilet. They feel as healthy as they've been. They feel as fresh as they've been. They feel good starting the second half of this season.
They certainly do, and there's a sense of normalcy. They were displaced early in the year because of the hurricane. They're able to get settled. And you mentioned health. Michael Pratt at quarterback got banged up against Ole Miss. A lot of those guys got banged up against Ole Miss. Coming off that bye week, they are feeling good, and they're going to see if that can power them to a great second half of the year.
They get one of their emotional leaders back on defense. It's going to be a big get for them. For more, we go down to the third member of our team, and Harry Lyles Jr. Good evening, Harry.
Matt, Roddy, Tulane is getting back one of their big leaders on this defense, linebacker Nick Anderson. He is unquestionably the emotional leader on and off the field for this Tulane team. He's going to play a big part in trying to get this Tulane defense to slow down this very prolific SMU offense. And we'll have more on Nick Anderson's story later on in the broadcast. But another big addition that Tulane's going to be getting here on offense is wide receiver Deuce Watts. Michael Pratt's going to be looking at him a lot this evening, and hopefully they can put some points on the board tonight, guys.
Last game we called, Deuce Watts missed, and you see Nick Anderson there. Both of those players missed against Houston. So we know Willie Fritz is excited to have both of those players back in the lineup tonight. This is the Nissan pregame drive. Kickoff from Gerald Ford Stadium is next. And now a look inside Nissan's Heisman House.
What is this?
Is that a hairball? They're everywhere.
We have a cat problem.
Gentlemen, the Heisman House is getting a dog. Come on out, little buddy. Go show those cats who's boss.
Well, that didn't work out well.
I love sneaking out here. Plush seats, entertainment system, best horsepower I've ever seen. Boomer! I didn't mean it like that! I'm sorry!
Thanks for watching the Nissan pregame drive. Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy.
This is the American on ESPN. We expect a fun night here in Dallas. SMU, Tulane, Roddy Jones, Matt Berry alongside SMU, one of the 5 remaining unbeaten teams. The coin flip here with Billy F. Gibbons of ZZ Top.
Great beard. Great beard.
SMU wins the toss, they will receive. Roddy, it would take me 25 years to grow facial hair that prolific.
I don't think I could do it in 25 years, to be honest with you, man.
Yeah, actually, who am I kidding? It would take me 30. ZZ Top inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame back in 2004, so we are looking forward to a little rock and roll football tonight. Sonny Dykes, in his 4th season, leading SMU, has gotten this program over that national hump. Says he wants to finish what this team started. 2019 perhaps surprised them a little bit. Said this was expected this year out of this team. Willie Fritz, 1-5 on the year, Roddy. They are just trying to find their rhythm. Said they're starting over week 1 tonight.
They've played better in spots, much better in spots than their record. They've definitely fought in every single game, but need a 4-quarter effort to beat an SMU team that's undefeated.
Casey Glover set to kick off for Tulane. Brian Massey and Trey Siggers deep to receive for the Mustangs. Sit back, relax, and enjoy some American football here on ESPN. And that's going to be Massey with an opportunity to return. There goes Massey. Has a crease, and what a good start for SMU. Gain of 42. Marvin Moody brings him down, and that's where we take a look at the first time at SMU and their quarterback, Tanner Mordecai.
Already kind of run through some of the accolades that he's garnered this season, but Matt, the thing that's impressed me is his ability in this first year under Garrett Riley's offense to be able to go and digest, take what the defense is giving him, dish it to different guys, make the right decisions. 7 interceptions on the season's a little more than you would like, but for a first-year quarterback, the numbers on the other side are fantastic.
Ulysses Bentley was a game-time decision. We don't expect him to play tonight. That's Trey Siggers. He's the transfer from North Texas, getting the start in a gain of 2. Thought one of the interesting things Garrett Riley said about Mordecai as a quarterback is he took advantage of being a backup. He learned the quarterback position. Most players wouldn't do that. He said he came in having knowledge of the position. There's Mordecai again, had to shuffle his feet in the pocket, takes his time. There's his tight end, Calcaterra over the middle at a gain of 19.
That's what Grant Calcaterra can bring you, the ability to catch the ball out of the backfield. But you mentioned Mordecai learning the quarterback position. Think of the guys that he sat behind. Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts.
We just saw them in our Heisman House commercial.
Yeah, exactly.
Plenty of them to go around for Oklahoma. That's Tyler Levine in gain of 2 for Levine.
How about Tyler Levine? Neck roll running back. The rarity in 2021, but where he goes, I will follow, Matt.
That is so vintage. Got that cow collar. Got the face paint.
Face paint, too. The beard. Great beard, too.
Must be a Zach Line back in the day. He used to play for SMU. So 2nd and 8. Good field position to start for the Mustangs. Mordecai the fake. Plenty of time. Takes a shot downfield. That intended for Rasheed Rice. Covered on the play by Macon Clark. No flag comes out.
Yeah, I think there could have been a hold on Macon Clark. He's got his arms wrapped around Rasheed Rice. Rice kind of ran into Clark, though, early on in that route. Nonetheless, it sets up a 3rd and 8.
Mordecai sets his feet, plenty of time. Danny Gray, one of his many talented receivers, and a gain of 6. Roddy, I'd imagine this sets up 4th down, an opportunity for SMU to go for it. Marvin Moody on the tackle.
Yeah, these American teams that we've seen the last few weeks, Tulane included, love to go for it on 4th down, 4th and 2. They're going with tempo. The thing that SMU has done better than they have in the past this year is run the football. Not be surprised if Trey Siggers gets this one.
Mordecai's going to roll to his left. Is he going to throw it back? He does, and it's caught. Great catch by Gray. Making Clark get on the coverage. That'll be enough for a first down conversion for SMU going forward on 4.
Well, it's a really nice catch there by Danny Gray coming from the backside. But how about Tanner Mordecai able to throw the ball with a hand in his face and deliver an accurate pass with his momentum going towards the sideline, throwing back towards the field.
How about Garrett Riley calling a ball play like that on 4th down? That's how much he trusts this quarterback. Mordecai, fake left, go back to the right. Has a block. That's Ulysses Bentley. So Bentley is in the game tonight after a gain of 6. All indications led to him perhaps sitting this game out. He was a game-time decision. Bentley going to play tonight.
Yeah, when we talked to Sonny Dykes, he said, look, the way he's tracking, I'm not sure. He tended to lean towards that Bentley was not going to play. But out there on the field and being effective early on, getting in space, being explosive.
The way he ran that, I'm not sure why he was even a game-time decision. Mordecai pressured. Looks at the end zone, incomplete. Intended for Calcaterra.
They brought a blitz from the backside.
Jaden Kennedy brought the pressure.
Yeah, did Tulane coming from the backside, that nickel blitz. Tanner Mordecai's been under, they've gotten to him a little bit. On that 4th down, had somebody in his face, just then able to get to him. So we'll continue to see if Chris Hampton, the defensive coordinator for Tulane, dials up the pressure.
How about this offensive line for SMU giving up just 1 sack on the season? 9th play of the drive, 3rd and 4. Quick throw from Mordecai. That's Rice, brought down immediately. Good coverage by the Tulane defense led by Darian Rakestraw.
Yeah, it was an excellent job at the point of attack by Kennedy of powering through the blocker. 4th and 3. They already converted on 4th and 2. Looks like they're leaving the offense on the field. Chris Hampton, defensive coordinator for Tulane, is looking to get the right call. Looks like you're going to get pressed, man-to-man coverage on the outside. Now they back off.
2nd, 4th down go for SMU. 2nd conversion for SMU. Calcaterra was headed to the end zone, tripped down by Kennedy in a gain of 8. Chalk another one up for the analytics.
Well, we've done, we talked about Kennedy the past couple of plays. This time they switch off the routes. You got an in-breaker and an out-breaker. Kennedy starts on number 2, has to cover number 3, who comes out into the flats, but he's too far off, just giving Calcaterra the first down.
Already the 11th play of the opening drive. Siggers off the right side, makes a cut. Hurdled his way down to the 1-yard line after a gain of 3. Eric Hicks on the tackle. So 2nd and goal. SMU's offense, just over 40 points a game, looking to get on the board first. 2nd and goal. Siggers stopped. Great play by Tulane's defense, led by Hicks, and Rakestraw there, loss of 2.
If you're Tulane's defense, you've got to be prepared to play 2 more plays. SMU has already showed they're going for it on 4th down and even semi-manageable. So whether or not this is a gain or no gain, Tulane has to be prepared to play 2 plays. Chris Hampton's been preaching that to his defense all week long.
Statistically 0 for 2 on 3rd down, but perfect on 4th. Mordecai rolls right, pressured. He gets the ball away just before he's brought down, and that's Nick Anderson, the player we talked about in the open that means so much to this Tulane defense. And that brings up a 4th and goal, and it looks like this time SMU's going to kick the field goal.
Dials up that B-gap pressure. Anderson comes right through and is able to get to Tanner Mordecai. The first time they've been able to seemingly get off the field as they've sent the field goal team out.
Blake Mazza on to attempt the 22-yard field goal.
Nick Anderson already making an impact in his return.
Lou Groza watch list. Kicker puts SMU up 3-0. But a good job by Tulane making the stop, holding SMU to 3. We'll check out Willie Fritz's unit when we come back. SMU up 3-0. Very Roddy Jones back with you. Perfect night for football in Dallas, Texas. SMU up 3-0 early in this one. 6-0 start to the season. There's people in this area thinking this could be the year for SMU. As we had touched on it a second ago, their schedule backloaded. This is the start of the second half of their season. They marched right down the field, 14 plays, 50 yards, held to a field goal. So Brendan Hall to kick for SMU. And that'll go into the end zone for a touchback. Ball going to be spotted at the 25. And Roddy, that's where we'll take a look at their young quarterback, Michael Pratt, who the coaches rejoiced in telling us he's finally healthy.
Yeah, got really banged up against Ole Miss. Didn't really practice the week of the UAB game. Kind of limped through the ECU game. Got banged up in that game that we saw against Houston. But a couple weeks off, and he is healthy. And he's a fantastic second-year freshman quarterback. The thing that really impresses me with him is his ability to evade the rush with his legs. Now, that comes with running the football. First down, touchdown, get down. Those are the three things that you want to see from Pratt when he's running.
Chip Long said the hardest thing during the bye week was to keep Pratt off the field and let him get some rest. 1st and 10, the quick play fake. Pratt to the outside, incomplete. That intended for Tyrick James.
It's interesting early on to see Trevor Denbo, the safety, on Tyrick James. It's going to be a big matchup. They love to split James out. They love to use he and Will Wallace at tight end. Matter of fact, both of those guys caught touchdown passes for Chip Long in their last game against Houston.
It's funny when he talked to just about every offensive coordinator what they want their identity to be. They say run, 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 and then they chuck it the first two plays. Pratt, the fake, has to get out of there. He can use his legs, gain of 5, brought down on the play by Delano Robinson.
These are the situations that Tulane loves to get the tight ends and the running backs involved. We saw it early and often, really the past 2 games. They like to get those running backs on linebackers. You've got Cameron Carroll in the backfield. Tyrick James, the tight end, is at the slot to the top.
So 3rd and 5, early chance for SMU's defense, and Pratt was able to sneak through there. Robinson again on the end of the tackle. It's going to be a gain of 4, so we'll see what the analytics do here for the Green Wave.
It's a really good call by Jim Leavitt, bringing pressure from the field. You've got Tulane running a counter read play where they're not blocking the in-man on line of scrimmage, running counter action to the strong side. But it's read well by SMU on defense, and a really good call by Jim Leavitt.
So Ryan Wright going to come on to punt. Jalen Record deep to receive for SMU. So an early stop. For the SMU defense, that's caught at the 20 after a punt to 47. If you follow college football and you follow the American, you know there was big news today for the American as they are set for expansion, adding 6 teams from Conference USA, one of them right up the road in Denton, Texas and North Texas. But in the age of realignment, we had more moves today.
Yeah, and it was interesting, the strategy here for the American. They really wanted, it looks like, to solidify the state of Texas. Rice, North Texas, UTSA, all jumping in the conference. You get a really good program in UAB, program that has done an excellent job in recent years. The other thing interesting is the dates, because that kind of lets you know when all of these things could take place.
Mordecai forced to roll out, has a man open, that's Gray. Looked like a coverage bust for Tulane, and Danny Gray, a big gain for SMU, gain of 36.
Well, Lance Robinson, the cornerback, does a nice job of playing the initial double move, and then at some point just loses touch with Danny Gray, who makes the big catch.
Here comes tempo from SMU, back in Tulane territory. And that's a give to Siggers off the right side that breaks an initial tackle. And what a good, powerful run by Siggers. Brought down by Jalen Monroe after a gain of 18.
Here's the matchup that you're looking at. You've got Danny Gray against Lance Robinson. And as Gray takes off, watch how Robinson plays the initial double move pretty well. And then there's just a stumble, not looking at the receiver, and the catch is made behind him.
Mordecai again to throw over the middle of the field, has Gray wide open. Tackled by Larry Brooks and a gain of 12, and SMU's offense is on a roll.
Yeah, and this offense is an offense where you've had different leading receivers, it seems like every single game. So far in this one, it's kind of been the Danny Gray show. In the second drive, Grant Calcaterra in the first drive, Garrett Riley's got to be fired up about his quarterbacks dishing the ball. 3
plays, 3 first downs for SMU. Ball spotted at the 14. That's Epton getting the carry. Brandon Epton cuts outside, and it's going to be 1st and goal SMU after a gain of 11, make it 4 plays and 4 first downs.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to spill this to the outside, but watch the linebacker. It looks like that's Dorian Williams gets tied up. Jaden Kennedy not able to track him down until he's well downfield.
1st and goal, it's Epton again trying to weave his way up the middle and fight towards the goal line. Looks like he'll be spotted short. Have some fun going on over there between Roderick Daniels, Tulane defender. Let's go bring up 2nd and goal.
If you have not watched SMU on offense this year, this is kind of what it's been like. It's been exciting. They've been able to run the football, hit big plays down the field, with the exception of last week against Navy, who really dropped 8 and made Tanner Mordecai earn it. It's been big plays.
Right up the middle. Siggers extended the ball. The official runs in, says he's held up short. So again, down, 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 and again, goal to go, not able to punch it in.
We're going to get a great view right here. Oh, he's in.
Yeah, that's a touchdown.
He's in.
We have our rules official, Matt Austin, joining us tonight.
For the running being short of the goal line. It's under further review.
Okay, Matt Austin, it's being looked at under further review of whether he was short. What do you see?
Well, Matt and Roddy, I agree with the two of you. All the ball has to do is any part of the ball break the very front plane of the goal line, and it's a score. And I think that obviously happened here, so I would think this will be overturned to a touchdown.
Let's have another look. You see Sonny Dykes not happy that they even have to review this. He did do a good job of extending the ball over.
Yeah, he actually probably extended it a couple too many times as he was getting pushed back, but right there. Ball's across. Touchdown. It's a great job of number 51, Justin Osborne, of not getting in the way of the camera, too. So upon review, we have the right down the line shot.
Camera awareness. We always preach lens awareness here in TV. Know where the cameras are.
After further review, number 4 scored a touchdown.
All right, so Hank Johns, the official, agrees with 2 Matts and a Roddy. And it's a touchdown SMU. Sonny Dykes still not thrilled, but he got 6.
I expected passion. I don't know if it was that kind of passion, but SMU gets on the board after the overturn of the touchdown. I love the call by the official, too. After the review, number 4 scored a touchdown. Let's go.
I'm with you, by the way. All those fireworks getting SMU down the field, and then we got to stretch a ball over the goal line, get it reviewed. That's your first touchdown of the game. 6 plays, 81 yards, 2 minutes, 22 seconds. Blake Mazza on for the extra point. SMU out to a quick start. Got the field goal, you got a touchdown. Trey Siggers. SMU have an early 10-0 lead over Tulane.
ESPN Thursday Night College Football is brought to you by Lexus. Experience amazing.
You know, outside of 2019, last 5 of these meetings have been decided by 4 points or less. That includes an overtime thriller last year. And SMU hangs on to win 37-34. Look at the series history between these two programs. 28th meeting all time. SMU comes into this one, however, with a 6-game winning streak over Tulane.
Yeah, but that 14-13 series record, that's pretty tasty there. I would not have guessed that coming into this week.
That's the touchdown. SMU to kick off. Again, the ball will spot at the 25, where it goes into the end zone. Second time, we'll get a look at Michael Pratt in that Tulane offense tonight. They said they want to get Cam Carroll, their running back, going. They've got Deuce Watts back. They've got Fat Watts back. They just need to get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Yeah, well, a first down certainly would help. They got to have some success on first downs over the course of this game. The first down play when it was incomplete, second down, short gain. Then third down, and not able to convert. So they just got to get a little bit of rhythm. 3 and out on that first drive. 19 plays so far for SMU.
That's James, the man in motion. I'd mentioned Cameron Carroll. There's Carroll on first down. And a good hard run for a gain of 5.
Now, this offensive line, when we talked to Chip Long a couple weeks ago, he really wanted to challenge them to play as a unit. He said one side would play well, then the other would play well. He's looking for a complete performance as Cameron Carroll, big, strong running back, looks to get going as well.
What surprised them on tape, they said the younger side, the right side of the offensive line was actually playing better than the veteran left side. 2 plays, 2 Cam Carroll runs. SMU's defense loads up on it there, led by Elijah Chapman. Robinson also having a busy night early on. Brings up a 3rd and 4.
So that first 3rd down, they elected to go with a little bit of a counter read, trying to run the football. Here they spread it out, 4 receivers. Tyrick James to the top of your screen. The tight end is up here. He's a guy that they really like to go to in these situations.
James comes off the top in motion. Pratt stays in the pocket, looks over the middle, has Deuce Watts, and that is good closing football by Jahari Rogers, one of the young corners for SMU. And that's going to bring up a 4th and short.
The thing that Jahari Rogers does the best on this is he navigates all the trash in the middle of the field. Tulane loves to go with these crossing routes. Watch what Rogers has to do. He's up here at the top. Watch what he has to navigate as you get Watts coming across the field. He goes underneath James, over the top of Fat Watts, and then closes on Deuce, knocks him down before he gets the first down.
That tackle the difference to bring on Ryan Wright to punt. That's Jaylene Record back to receive the punt at the 11-yard line. So Tulane, 2 punts. SMU, 2 possessions, 2 scores. Here comes Mordecai and crew after this. Saturday night football between Ohio State and Indiana. 7:30 Eastern, ESPN or ABC and the ESPN app. Those kids do not want a piece of me and Giant Jenga.
You're a Jenga guy?
Giant Jenga.
Giant Jenga. Oh, okay. Are you too good for the little Jenga?
I will go down there.
Oh, little Jenga takes skill, though.
Little Jenga is good.
Anybody can do Giant Jenga.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How dare you? 1st and 10, SMU at the 12. Siggers, the North Texas transfer, right up the road in Denton. Give him a gain of 4.
Just Tulane defense, you feel like they need a stop here. Offensively, they haven't gotten going yet, and while they've been good, decent at getting SMU 2 third downs, the 4th downs killed them on the first drive. 2nd
and 6, Mordecai, quick throw to the right side, and Gray is having a big night for SMU early on. It's a gain of 12. Jaden Kennedy missed that tackle, and right now Danny Gray, 4 receptions, 60 yards before that catch, make it 5 for 72. NFL scouts on hand tonight. Gray, one of the players they're looking at.
Absolutely. This guy that's got a lot of speed, smooth route runner. Needs a little help with the eye, it seems like.
Shot of Visine will do it.
Yep.
Mordecai over the middle, has Rice. That's Nick Anderson on the tackle, and a gain of 5.
That's the thing, though. They do rotate these receivers, does SMU, but when they do, Tanner Mordecai is so comfortable with all these guys. Just the ability to process quickly has been impressive all year, and he's been on it tonight.
Already 4 receivers for SMU with at least 1 reception. Mordecai, the play fake over the middle. Boy, does he love Calcaterra, his tight end. A gain of 9 and first down. Garrett Riley said to the Oklahoma transfer, Calcaterra, he's a leader and he works like a pro.
He absolutely looks like he does. The guy that's been through a lot in his career, actually took some time off of football after leaving Oklahoma, decided to give it another try. And when you have that sort of outlook on what's going on outside of football, man, you go out there and you take advantage of every moment.
Looks like a Jason Witten starter kit. Yeah. 1st and 10, outside. Look at the cut by Siggers. He is getting yards in big chunks. Rakestraw brings him down. That a gain of 30.
Watch Rasheed Rice cracks the linebacker, Dorian Williams. Then Macon Clark misses in the open field, and Siggers is up the sideline. Not the speed back, but shows it there.
Here comes the tempo. There goes Mordecai, incomplete. That's the other tight end, Tommy McIntyre.
Second down.
Going to see McIntyre to the top of the screen. A lot of contact there by Macon Clark. Over the head of
contact
of
or a hug?
there. Yeah. I don't know. I've seen flags called on that one in the past.
Matt Austin, hop edge. Did they have flagged him or no?
I don't think so. The standard on defensive pass interference is an obvious intent to impede. I didn't see that there. There was a little contact, a little handsy, but not enough for a foul.
Austin being polite, saying quiet. To the end zone, incomplete.
Pass intended for Reggie
First time
Robertson.
Reggie Robertson target on the night. Johnny Kerr covering him. Robertson, what a story he is. Coming back from that knee injury a year ago in the game, he got hurt, 5 receptions, 243, and 2 touchdowns. All he's done is battled back to be, again, not only one of the best receivers on this team, one of the best receivers in the league.
Yeah, and the coaches talked to us about having to sort of ease him in. You know, it's a long play for Reggie Robertson. They need him healthy and playing well for the back half of the schedule, and he's really started to.
Mordecai on 3rd and 10. What a shot across the field. Calcaterra, automatic gain of 12.
They get a Johnny Kerr on Calcaterra, the cornerback, and he's just playing way too far inside. Calcaterra runs a little out, and there's plenty of separation. I mean, that's an easy pitch and catch on a 3rd and 10. Kerr looked like he was trying to bluff a blitz and got caught too far inside.
That SMU's 11th first down of the night. Tulane, none. Footwork out of the backfield. Flag on the play. That Roderick Daniels on the reception.
Mordecai's pass complete to Roderick Daniels Jr.
I think you're going to get a face mask on Tulane as well. A little grab of the face mask of Daniels, and
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense. Number 21. Half distance to the goal. Automatic. First down.
Tack on more yardage after the gain of 9. Danny Gray getting a block to spring as his fellow receiver. You see the face mask there. 21. Kerr, the guilty party.
these receivers, I've really enjoyed watching them over the past couple of weeks, getting or blocking on the perimeter. They block for each other. They play hard, and Garrett Riley has been, he's in his bag right now. He's cooking.
Roddy, wouldn't you know it? 1st and goal again out of SMU. Big plays to this point. Mordecai to the end zone. Calcaterra wants the flag. He's not going to get it. Covered on the play by Kennedy.
Get the look that you want. And in this situation, you like the quarterback to not back shoulder it. You know, you'll kind of want to throw it up, let your tight end go get it. Calcaterra, there's contact there. I'm with Matt, though, on that one. Standards high. Fight through the ball.
Say, you know, I don't see tight ends as the kind of player you throw the goal line fade to. Maybe if you're Kyle Pitts. All due respect to our guy Calcaterra, I'm probably going to Robertson on that.
Yeah, that's fair.
2nd and goal. Fake the pitch. Oh, what a ball play! Mordecai down at the bottom. Touchdown, SMU. Garrett Riley just called a ball play. Fake the pitch right to Siggers. The entire defense bit. Mordecai trots his way in. 11 plays, 85 yards. We're an extra point away from it being all SMU early, 17-0.
I told you, Garrett Riley's cooking right now. He is feeling it. He's got his finger on the pulse. Tanner Mordecai has played extremely well.
Did we have Mordecai listed as a dual threat?
Not quite.
All right, so we'll put that a little bullet point on his resume. Great arm, can run if he needs to, but watch this ball play, Rod.
I mean, the fake on the backside, JoJo Dorcius is gone. Tanner Mordecai could have moonwalked in there. I don't know if he can moonwalk in cleats on a turf field, but he certainly had an opportunity to try. There's nobody around. What a great call, though, anticipating that the backside's going to collapse down as hard as they did. And Tanner Mordecai, you're not going to get an easier touchdown than that, number 8.
Although on the celebration here, come on, Tanner, we're talking about how good the footwork is. Oh.
Be an athlete. He was an athlete. He stayed up. A lesser athlete might have gone down there.
That's right. So the Ponies just trotting their way to an early lead. Look at those numbers out of Mordecai. 13 and 19, 142 yards. SMU 216 total yards to Tulane 17. And it's going to have to be a right now situation for the Green Wave this season, along with their contributions to university's general scholarship funds. For every field goal and extra point made, All-State will be donating to the American Red Cross to help with disaster relief efforts. As always, thank you, All-State. What did we see when we called Tulane's game against Houston? They're going to keep fighting. And SMU down 21-7 a week ago to Navy. They know what it means to come back. So Tulane, they're going to fight you. They're going to stay in this.
Check out the number of plays. 30 plays to 6. 216 yards to 17. Tulane's got to get it going. And you said it. They are going to fight.
They like this player. That's Tajay Spears. Coming off a double ACL. Starting to get his feet underneath him at a gain of 15.
You mentioned the fact that they love him. SMU picked him out as well as a guy that's really got some juice that they're going to have to try and contain.
At the first down for the Green Wave. Ball spotted at the 40. Pratt has time. Gonna look downfield. Has a man caught by Jaquan Jackson. That's Brandon Crossley on the coverage and a gain of 50. And how about Tulane fighting back? Jackson, a big play.
It's a great route by Jackson. Starts in a tight split, stems outside, stacks the cornerback, and what a throw by Michael Pratt.
So here goes Tulane with the temple shot at the end zone. It is caught, and just like that, Tulane scores. Shea Wyatt. Ask and you shall receive for an answer. The 10-yard touchdown, 3 plays, 75 yards, and 42 seconds off the clock.
How about the last 2 throws from Michael Pratt? I mean, the first throw down the field to Jackson is a dime placed right in the breadbasket, and then this one a perfectly executed back shoulder. It's great concentration by Wyatt. What a response by Tulane. And the leadership of Michael Pratt, knowing that they're going to look at this one, telling the offense, stay here, let's not get too high, we may need to go back out. But Michael Pratt with a couple of big deliveries.
What about Tajay Spears on that first down, gain of 15, kind of loosened everything up. You're talking about the throw again, having a look to make sure that it was caught, possessed to the ground by Jackson. Looks as if it was. Another replay here. Matt, give Matt Austin weigh in.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything that would cause an overturn. The call on the field is a touchdown, so I would expect the call to at least stand.
As it did, Merrick Glover on for the extra point. And with 22 seconds left here in the first quarter, Roddy, we had just discussed how Tulane will stay in the fight because that's who they are. 3 plays later, they're on the board.
And look, they hadn't had a chance to get in a rhythm offensively. They realize that there's a sense of urgency, and you can see Sincere Hayward there, the center, saying to his quarterback, let's go, let's go. They are fired up after that response. But the freshman quarterback, second-year freshman quarterback, Michael Pratt, comes up big on that drive.
Probably point to that moment. Tulane's second half of the season started on that possession. A few of our featured AAC events on ESPN Plus every Thursday at the Hilltop. I watched this. It's on ESPN Plus.
It's awesome.
It's basically Hard Knocks for college football. Really, really good show. Check it out if you have time. SMU men's soccer team going to host number 11 Tulsa. And next Friday, cross-country championships are in Lakeland, Florida. Sign up today, ESPNplus.com/AAC. Who doesn't love a food truck?
Who doesn't love those Miss Vicky's jalapeno chips right there?
Give me salt and vinegar for life.
Oh, man, you got to go with the jalapeno. We used to get those on the plane after every game, so I'm addicted.
That kick's going to be able to be returned. That's Massey. Massey has some space. Stays on his feet. Brian Massey, like he did in the opening kick, giving SMU remarkable field position. Casey Glover, the kicker, had to force him out of bounds after a gain and return of 57 yards.
Well, kickoff coverage is all about staying in your lane. Tulane has a couple of guys come out of it. You get some nice blocks, but couple guys try and go inside, and then it's just a really good return. The balance to stay up, an excellent job by Brian Massey. Second time making a big field position play for his offense, who at this point really doesn't need it.
Great balance there by Massey.
Excellent balance.
And so special teams, you point to a game like this, Roddy, and you got the offense working, Tulane comes back down. Last thing you need is for them to spring a big play on special teams. Now they're starting the ball at the 39-yard line in Green Wave territory. Right out of the gate, what a defensive play. That's Darius Hodges. That'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. We've had some offense, 215 yards for undefeated SMU, 92 for Tulane. It happened quick for Mordecai. SMU up 17-7 after one.
We're 17-7 in favor of SMU. We mentioned linebacker Nick Anderson of Tulane earlier. He was a big, obviously, part of this team, emotional leader. The team, when they went to Birmingham because of Hurricane Ida, his sister, 14 years old, actually was in a serious car accident the very same day. It was a very difficult time for him. He told me that his teammates were perfect and very supportive of him. And he's, as a camera trophy finalist, he's one of the emotional leaders on this team, but he also said that his sister is making a full recovery despite her having to have reconstructive surgery on her face and surgery on her skull, guys.
Harry, thank you, just goes to the perseverance of Nick Anderson. Not only what he means as a football player for Tulane, but you see him there, a vocal and emotional leader for him to battle back during times of adversity, guys. I mean, you're talking about the hurricane, you're talking about everything else he was going through. He still had to battle with that.
Yeah, and then you ask that young man to go out and go to school at Tulane, play football against some of the top competition in the country. These are the types of things that make you tough, and Nick Anderson certainly is that.
3rd and 11, Rice. Going to be enough for a first down for SMU. Kevin Henry on the tackle after a gain of 13.
Tanner Mordecai once again shows the poise, moves up in the pocket, and then the delivery. Tulane's been able to get some bodies around Tanner Mordecai, but Mordecai's been too poised, too mobile for them to actually get him down more than once.
Yeah, the 3rd down numbers are only 2 for 5, but they've converted on 2 4th downs. So anytime they need to get the first down, they're just about getting it.
Yeah, that essentially makes you 4 for 5 on the day.
Good math. That's why he went to Georgia Tech. Mordecai trying to show those legs again. There's going to be a flag on the play. Mordecai chased out of bounds by Marvin Moody.
Going to start calling him dual threat Mordecai by the end of the day.
Holding. Offense. Number 51. 10 yards. The spotted foul. Still first down.
Justin Osborne flagged for holding.
Correction. 21.
Oh, sorry, Justin Osborne. That's actually on the official. We're not going to take credit for that. That's Reggie Robertson who gets holding.
Justin Osborne getting some time. Was wrongly accused there, but you're going to see Robertson at sort of the top of your screen, just grabbing the cornerback. It's got the shoulder pad ripped off almost.
So 1st and 15, ball comes back to the 32.
Tight ends have been open for him a lot. You got McIntyre, 3rd from the bottom.
Take Siggers off the left side. He's had an active night leading into that. It's a gain of 8.
And playing with that splint on the left, on his left wrist. A period in my career where I had to wear something similar to that. It limits where you can carry the football. Likely going to see it in that right arm all the way, but the way he's been running the ball, likely doesn't matter.
Defenders will pick up on that too.
Yeah.
They know you're carrying the ball in one arm, they'll go for it.
When you're going to the left and the ball's on the inside, they absolutely will.
2nd and 7 for Mordecai. Crossing route, you mentioned the tight ends. Here's another one. Touchdown SMU, Tommy McIntyre. 24 yards, 4 possessions, 4 scores for the Ponies.
Tanner Mordecai's been on fire. Once again, they kind of create a muddy pocket for him, but it doesn't matter. He's able to move up and then watch the throw. Drops it right over the outstretched defender's hands. That was Kevin Henry, the linebacker. Gets down to McIntyre, and McIntyre gets into the end zone.
So 13:25 here in the second. Already 265 yards for SMU. Mazza on for the extra point. 24-7. Everybody talks about style points for Cincinnati. With the way SMU season has started, they know it is score, score, score. And how about the tight ends? They're busy tonight. SMU up 24-7 early second. Top-ranked boxing Saturday night from Atlanta. Main event, Jamel Herring squaring off against Shakur Stevenson for Herring's WBO junior lightweight belt. Main card 10:30 Eastern, ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and the ESPN app. One app, one tap. Prelims 7:30 Eastern on ESPN Plus. 24-7 SMU for the first time tonight. We bring you Roddy's Rewind.
Let's go. Let's look at how Tommy McIntyre, who's right here in the slots, gets so wide open. So you're going to get a corner blitz from that side, and backside, Macon Clark is supposed to have that deep third. But let's take a look at what happens when the ball is snapped. Corner comes down, and you see Macon Clark kind of get caught in between. His eyes are looking this way. Tommy McIntyre is going that way. We're going to play it. The delivery from Tanner Mordecai, and he's wide open getting into the end zone. So a little bit of miscommunication on the back end. Looked like Macon Clark may have thought he had man-to-man coverage coming across. Just got caught in no man's land. Everybody else playing like it's cover 3.
Another touchdown pass from Mordecai, 33rd of his career. He was tied with Bailey Zappi of Western Kentucky coming into this game. He's now first in FBS with that touchdown pass on the night. 1st and 10, ball at the 25. Let's see what Pratt can do for an encore. Scored that last possession. That's Jackson again, who was big with the 50-yard reception down to Harry.
Yeah, Matt, after that Tulane touchdown, the SMU coaches down here were saying, hey, don't let up off the gas. So they went back out there on offense, got the job done. They came back to the sideline. The players were nice and calm, and the coach said, guys, that's exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, Harry, we were mentioning style points. When you're a group of 5 team,
yeah, it's important.
When you're Cincinnati, when you're Houston, when you're UTSA, when you're SMU, it's not enough to win when you're ranked. You got to win and then post a score where we look or show it on SportsCenter the next day and go, wow.
And let's be honest, when that score is posted on SportsCenter, records are posted next to it. And when you have a Tulane team that's a 1-win team, you have to blow them out if you're going to get that national respect. There's so many games in college football every week. Everybody's not watching Tulane. So we can stand up here and say they're better than their record, but ultimately, when you have a record like that and you're playing against them, you got to blow them out.
So 3rd and 8. What can Pratt and Tulane do? They call a run. What a play call. That Spears off the left side. And Chip Long dials up a run on 3rd and 8 in a gain of 13. Move the chains, Green Wave.
Well, it's a nice job by Corey Dublin, who's going to pull from the backside of just getting enough of the defensive end, Nelson Paul. Tajay Spears able to get up the field and get the first down. It's a good call. We've seen Chip Long go to that run a couple of times, or go to the run a couple of times on 3rd down.
Isaac Slade Matatia missed the tackle. Gave Spears some space off the left side. So 1st and 10, ball spotted at the 40. That's going to be Spears again off the left side. Boy, he can make a cut and get out there quickly. 2 consecutive runs. Crossley brings him down, gain of 15.
Yeah, and that's on the safety. Trevor Denbo's got to keep contained as he comes from the outside. Watch 16 come into your picture, tight to the box, not able to get Spears down. And that's why Tulane was so excited having him back. The ability to cut laterally and get up the field.
Chip Long said we want to run the ball and then be a play-action team. And so far, 3 runs, 3 Spears, gain of 3. I'd imagine setting themselves up to take a shot here soon with the success of the run on this drive.
I would agree. You know, they like to sneak those running backs out of the backfield if they can catch the opposing team in man-to-man. SMU hasn't played a lot of that so far in this game. Chip Long loves the tight ends, loves those backs out of the backfield.
Their pocket knife is in the backfield. YG Booker, first time we've said his name tonight. The fake to Booker, mentioned the shot downfield. Deuce Watts covered off the helmet of Crossley to bring up 3rd down.
You love Deuce Watts to push more towards the field. This was a tight window that Pratt has to throw into. If he's able to press into the defensive back, get him closer to the numbers, then that ball ends up sort of over the outside shoulder of Watts. That's a little bit easier pitch and catch.
That Brandon Crossley, quite a personality. He was featured in the first episode of The Hilltop on ESPN+. Let's just say he likes the cameras. How about the defense? Look at Crossley. Call his name. He's not just a DB. He'll get in there in the traffic and tackle, bringing up a 4th down. Told you he liked the cameras.
Yeah, he absolutely does, and knows when they're on him. But look at number 14, Richard Moore, there as well. Able to scrape over the top, make the tackle in the backfield. Tulane still on the field for a 4th and 7, Matt.
Get down 24-7. Haven't stopped SMU yet. In Mustangs territory, Pratt, quick throw, had a man wide open, and he missed him. Fat Watts was wide open, would have been an easy 1st down, and it fell incomplete. So Tulane unable to capitalize. Here comes Tanner Mordecai and SMU when we come back.
Gonna step up, one last play, throw to the end zone.
SMU magic right there. I've never even thrown a Hail Mary.
Go Mustangs, magical Mustangs.
I've been doing this a long time. I've never won one like that, okay? All right, but just remember, okay? You're gonna remember this the rest of your life, and just remember, okay? Just keep showing up. Keep showing up, keep working hard, keep doing what you're supposed to do, expect something good to happen, and then when you have the opportunity, seize it, make the most of it, and turn it into a great win like this.
At the Hilltop on ESPN+. I'm telling you, it is hard knocks for college football, and it is an amazing show.
I mean, anytime you get a Hail Mary in there, it is worth it. You get the emotions, you get to live it.
I mean, you're getting all access to Calcaterra, Mordecai, gain of 13. It is just, if you're a college football nerd like me, watch it. It's fun. Rudy Dyson brings him down. So 1st and 10, here comes tempo. Already in Tulane territory. Mordecai pressured, blitz picked up, takes a shot, and it falls incomplete, intended for Rice.
So let's go back to that 4th down play for Tulane. You're gonna get Watts here in the slot. And it looks like there's a little bit of miscommunication. Michael Pratt expects him to run an out. He ends up settling down as he comes out of his break. Pratt throws the out. Watts is wide open, but it looks like he settles down. And Matt, I tend to go with the quarterbacks on this one. They usually know what they're talking about.
This quarterback knows what he's doing. Gets it to Danny Gray. And a big game for Gray already. And a gain of 21. Mordecai hit on the play. Danny Gray, 6 catches, 99 yards here in the 1st half.
Man, watch the hit that Mordecai takes. Again, they've been able to get around Mordecai. It's number 77, Jeffrey Johnson, makes him feel it.
That's 300 pounds of making him feel it.
Yeah, I do not miss that.
Play fake over the middle, tips. Dangerous. That's Nolan Matthews Harris, another one of the tight ends. 2nd and 10.
They go with the little fake bubble screen and then try and slip it to Matthews Harris. This goes off his hands. Ended up being kind of dangerous. So Dorian Williams bluffing pressure from that linebacker spot.
Not bluffing now, he's coming. That's Epton. Brought down for no gain. Nice play by Adonis Freelou.
All right, Tulane has another 3rd down for SMU, giving up some 3rd and longs. And SMU is going to just try and get this to 4th and manageable. And if they're able to do that, we've seen them go for it before. So you almost have to play this like it's 3rd and 6.
Right.
3rd and 7 if you're Tulane.
What of it can you get? You hear the timeout call from Garrett Riley. I'm going to step aside while Riley dials up the ball play. We'll get into Riley, how he factors into this fascinating coaching tree at SMU. 24-7 Mustangs. 4-7 all SMU here, second quarter. Undefeated through the first 6 games of the season. I mentioned a coaching tree. Mike Leach gets a psychedelic coaching tree because, well, he's just different. Look at the coaches that he spawned. Sonny Dykes, Lincoln Riley, Dana Holgerson, Seth Luttrell, Art Briles, another one. Then some of his former players that have become successful head coaches, including Lincoln Riley, coach of OU, whose brother Garrett Riley is the offensive coordinator here at SMU.
And one of the young rising stars in the coaching profession also looks a lot like Lincoln.
Just like him. Mordecai, 3rd and 10. What a throw off his back feet. Rasheed Rice on the reception, flag on the play. Let's see what gets called.
Pass interference, offense, number 11, 15 yards from the previous spot, still 3rd down.
Rice on the reception, also called for pass interference.
Yeah, he pushes off. You're going to see him kind of shove the defender down. So, pretty clear pass interference. I'm assuming Matt would agree.
Yeah, I see him nodding his head.
I will say, it's a heck of a shove.
And he had time to fix his face mask. So 3rd and 25. There's Riley. He mentioned how much he looks like his brother. We were talking with him, and he said, look, we all come from the same tree. We all come from the same offensive understanding, which is why Sonny Dykes comfortable with him as the offensive coordinator. So here, 3rd and 25. Out of the backfield to Robertson. That's going to be a gain of 9 and bring up 4th down for SMU. So a good stop for Tulane, but it looked like SMU is well on their way again.
Yeah, and Garrett Riley had the play dialed up on 3rd down. They didn't quite get it. Or they did get it. You had the penalty. The other thing Garrett Riley mentioned to us, though, is they've got a couple of Oklahoma transfers on this roster. He mentioned the fact that because he and Lincoln obviously come from the same place, they grew up together, there's a comfort on both sides with the guys coming over.
Said ultimately someone you trust to evaluate a player. Here, Mazza on for a 47-yard attempt. Snap clean, kick left, no good. So for the first time tonight, Tulane able to stop SMU from scoring points.
Big stop for that Tulane defense. This one looked left and the whole time. Thought for a second there might take a right turn and get into the goalpost, but did not. And the offensive pass interference ends up being a big play for SMU. First time, as you said, they've been stopped. Now, if you're Tulane, can you build on that momentum? You got to have a drive and put the ball in the end zone.
Down 17-0 at one point, came back right after that. 3 plays, touchdown to get on the board. Now midway through the second quarter, down 24-7. Here's Pratt, empty backfield, Spears to the left. Here comes the pressure, and he's sacked. Brought down by Turner Cox. A loss of 7.
You know, I'm going to put this on the quarterback. Michael Pratt stays at the top of his drop too long. You've got to start to climb in the pocket a little bit sooner. Cox certainly does a good job of turning the edge and getting there, but the quarterback can help him out by hitting his top, hitting his last step, and then starting to climb up the pocket.
We're now 2nd and 17. And a false start.
False start. Offense, number 58. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
It's probably the worst way to start a drive that you needed some momentum on. Chip Long frustrated. Still a big drive for Tulane. Look, 2nd and 22, you want to cut it in half. Get to 3rd and around 10 if you can.
Gonna ride Spears off the right side. Does a good job of avoiding a couple of tacklers. What an effort by Tajay Spears. He got 20 of the 22 he needed back. That is all effort at his Spears.
Doesn't even look like there's a hole there, Matt. I mean,
wasn't.
watch what he does. He has to kind of climb up over the legs of 2 offensive linemen, knocks one down, makes a man miss, and then he just starts carrying defenders. No wonder why they were so excited about Tajay Spears. What a run on 2nd and 22.
How about the juke he just put on Elijah Chapman?
Yeah.
And Robinson missed the tackle, now 3rd and 2. And wouldn't you figure? An all-world 20-yard run, has to get 2 for the first down, and he stopped.
Here's that juke. I'm not sure if I don't go for it here if I'm Tulane. I actually think you do. You've stopped SMU one time in the first half. Let's take a look at this juke. Gets through the hole, knocks over his offensive lineman. Whoop, no sir. Oh man, put him on a milk carton. He's gonna miss him.
That is fancy footwork. Now they just need the 2 yards run. 4th and 2. Movement.
False start. Offense. Center. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Now you punt.
Yeah, absolutely. You get a couple things. You're going to watch the right side of the screen and the snap by the center. There's a little bit of a watch the center, too. He starts to snap the ball, doesn't. You get the right side moving. It's just all bad for Tulane on 4th and 2. And the run by Tajay Spears, they don't take advantage of it.
That's a shame. All for naught. Some mental mistakes on that drive for Tulane's going to cost them. Now they're going to punt. The ball's going to bounce at the 20. And you hear the Peter call. Get away from it if you're SMU. Good bounce. Rolls within inside the 9. But Tulane unable to get anything going offensively. Punt of 59 yards. Mordecai and crew next. Football on Friday. Arch Manning, Berkeley Prep in the Newman School. #2 junior in the country, according to ESPN Junior 300. Berkeley Prep in Newman, tomorrow 9 p.m. Eastern, ESPNU. What can you say? Another Manning, one of the best quarterbacks in the sport. This kid is highly coveted.
Yeah, recently came out with his top 5. His career is going to be fascinating. Obviously, he's extremely talented, but I heard Jordan Palmer talk about this, saying that, this is a guy that's going to have every quarterback advantage that a quarterback could have. Any question that he has, he calls Uncle Peyton, Uncle Eli, his dad Cooper. Hey, Dad, I saw this look. What do I do? He's going to have the answer to it quick.
That was Tanner Mordecai to Grant Calcaterra to gain a 21. Yeah, I'd imagine if your last name is Manning, you don't have to go far for advice on playing quarterback. Ball spotted at the 30. Mordecai climbs the pocket, does a good job avoiding the rush. And Mordecai, big gain, good presence, 16 yards and a first down.
Well, the block by Trey Siggers springs him. You got a linebacker blitzing up the middle. Right in the middle of your screen. Watch number 4. He's going to climb and then throw a block on the defensive end coming around. It's Angelo Anderson. Mordecai's able to get out, get the first down.
And that's Siggers off the left side, trying to get away from the chase of Moody unsuccessfully, and a loss of 5. You'd mentioned highly touted quarterbacks. We were talking about Arch Manning, Mordecai, who's a 4-star kid coming out of the Waco area. And SMU loves Preston Stone.
Yeah, they do.
They're a 4-star true freshman at a Parish high school here in the Dallas, Texas area. They said he is going to be absolutely special when it's his time here at SMU.
And Sonny Dykes mentioned that a lot of people look at the transfers that we brought in, and why wouldn't you, if you're in Dallas, bring in great transfers? But Preston Stone, a guy that a lot of people wanted, SMU got.
Shane Bouchel, Garrett Gilbert, some of those transfers over the middle to Roderick Daniels. Transfer portal, such a big part of college football now, but really what SMU is doing is bringing kids home.
Yep.
Kids that grew up in the DFW area or in Texas in general that went off to play somewhere else, didn't work out for whatever reason, they just want to come home.
Yep.
Shane Bouchel played at Texas, comes right up the road here to Dallas. You've got Garrett Gilbert, same kind of thing. It's a different kind of transfer portal for SMU because they're bringing in a lot of Texas kids, state of Texas kids. 3rd and 9, Mordecai does a good job keeping his feet. That is a veteran quarterback right there. Reggie Robertson on the reception and a gain of 10.
You know, we often joke about the broom drills and the pool noodle drills that quarterbacks do. Well, this is why. There's hands, there's feet, there's bodies all around Tanner Mordecai. He delivers a strike. How about the catch by Reggie Robertson on the back end?
Freelou, the pressure, unable to get him. That was for sure a broom drill.
Oh, for sure.
Noodle drill, you're ducking.
Yeah, okay.
Broom drill, you're getting hit.
Yep, okay. I like that. Maybe with a bag underneath, he's got to maneuver around.
Definitely a bag.
Okay. All right. In the sand?
Yeah. Throw a putter in there and you got yourself a drill. It's Brandon Epton for a gain of 3 as we march down to the 2.5-minute warning here in the first half. Matt Berry, Roddy Jones, Harry Lyles with you.
You know, I think the story of the first half for this Tulane defense is the inability to take advantage of negative plays they've created against SMU. Because they've created some, gotten SMU in some 3rd and longs, some 2nd and longs. It seems like more often than not, the Mustangs able to convert.
Pressure again, Mordecai again stands in the pocket. That's Rice over the middle. Misses a couple of tackles, gets out of the way. Gain of 14. First down SMU now under 2 minutes, 2 timeouts left for the Mustangs.
Tanner Mordecai continues his incredibly hot start, almost 300 yards passing already. Then the balance by Rashee Rice. Look, this game still has a lot of game left, but the way this offense is playing, like this is what you came to see if you're watching SMU. Offense has been absolutely fantastic.
Roddy, if they score here, they will have 400 yards total offense in the first half. Quickly outside. That's Dan. Can't find anybody. Daniels trying to escape some tackles. Kennedy brings him down. The gain of 4.
Tulane gets the ball first in the second half. So you can come up with a stop. And that's what you're gonna need. SMU seems like it's had the ball the entire first half. 19 minutes so far.
Siggers picks up the rush. That's another good slant pass. Get in the end zone, Reggie Robertson. Touchdown SMU, 22 yards. And as I said a second ago, that play puts the Ponies on 400 for the first half, right on the number. It is all Mustangs.
Robertson does a really nice job of winning at the line of scrimmage. Johnny Kerr puts his hand on him and then just loses contact. You get a missed tackle by the safety. Kerr just dives for his legs and Robertson's into the end zone. These receivers have been dominant on the outside.
Roddy, how about this for numbers? I had mentioned 400 yards total offense. Here's the breakdown. 100 even rushing, 300 even passing.
I can do the math there. That's 75% of their yards coming through the air, 25% on the ground. That's mental math right there.
That's Georgia Tech math. You didn't even need a Texas TI instrument or whatever the thing was called. Here's a replay of Robertson again.
Yeah, I think Darion Rakestraw coming in down from the safety position just takes a really bad angle, misses the tackle, and Robertson's able to get in the end zone, but Robertson wins at the line of scrimmage, is able to separate from Kerr and then finish the play. He's starting to get really healthy. I mean, this is a guy a week ago, 5 catches, or a couple weeks ago, 5 catches for 100 yards and a touchdown against Navy. Tanner Mordecai had 324 yards passing in that game. He's already got 300 for this one. I think he's going to pass that.
Roddy, there are teams that would be thrilled with 400 yards in a game.
Yeah. And I think we need to take a picture of this graphic. Like, just the right side of the screen. It's like calming.
You know how this makes me excited, like when you're at the grocery store and you get a bunch of stuff and the receipt comes back, they're like, that'll be $55. It's like, well, how did that happen? I got almonds, fruit, a bag of Doritos, and some Coke Zero, and it's $55 even.
Where are you shopping?
That's a good point. You know who shops a lot? Kevin Connors. He's also presiding over halftime. KC, what do you got?
All the time, Matty. Coming up on the Twisted Tea halftime report, we'll get Sam Acho's thoughts on this first half and the play of Tanner Mordecai, plus conference realignment in full swing. We've got 2 soon-to-be American teams in action. Plus, Sam's going to take us inside the film room, explain why that Clemson offense is struggling as it is. All coming up, Matty, when you join us for the Twisted Tea halftime report.
Look at Jason Greenberg out there holding down the fort.
Hardest working man on the crew, man.
Just when you think that we use the biggest and best cameras in the business, you see Greenberg with a cell phone and a hand pod. Works hard. Our entire crew works hard. Love working with everyone here on Thursday nights. Crossley on the tackle. He's been busy. Look at that. That puts out live television.
There's the shot too.
See?
Look at the kids.
Now, if he was a real photographer, he would get on the cardboard and slide down himself.
There it is. There it is.
Now we're telling stories.
Yep, there it is.
Gets Cameron Carroll keeping it to the outside. All right, we're being told Greenberg, if he can execute this before the half,
Emmy Award
go ahead and clip it off for the Emmy. Here he is. There he goes. He's going down. Take the shot. There we go. Look at that. That is point of view down the hill. Hey, look, it all starts on the hilltop. Greenberg goes down the hilltop. And it is all SMU in the first half, 31-7. Connors, when you're done with halftime, clip that off, send it to the Emmy committee. It is all SMU, 31-7. Kevin Connors, Sam Acho in studio for the half. Guys? Welcome back. You are watching the American Conference on ESPN, and the light is shining bright on SMU in the first half. 31-7 as we take a look at tonight's game flow, brought to you by Progressive.
It's been Tanner Mordecai. It was all him in the first half. 300 yards passing. He got started by going to Grant Calcaterra, who had an excellent first half, 82 yards receiving for him. Then it's Danny Gray down the sideline, who led all receivers with 94 yards on 6 catches. Check out dual threat.
Look at this.
Tanner Mordecai trotting in the end zone, but it wasn't just with his legs. It was mostly through the air. Tommy McIntyre getting involved for a touchdown. And then later on in the first half, it was Reggie Robertson getting involved on the slant route. Tanner Mordecai showed an excellent command of the offense, going to different receivers. His accuracy was fantastic. Deep down the field through shots, he was stellar in the first half.
Let's check out our first half stats brought to you by PlayStation. And those are not wrong. We hit exactly SMU hit exactly 100 yards, exactly 300 passing yards for a grand total of 400 total yards in the first half.
Just got to hang that in the Louvre.
That was absolutely, that's just stunning to look at. Down to Harry Lyles.
Guys spoke with Willie Fritz very briefly. He said, guys, easily just got to be better in all 3 phases of the game. Got to tackle better, got to be better on special teams, got to move the ball offensively, got to get stops on defense.
All right, so first phase first is going to be the offense, down 24 points. Here comes Michael Pratt, just 3 of 6 for 62 yards in the first half. Most of the damage done on the ground. Tajay Spears led the way with 66 yards. So not much to come by for Tulane in the first half. We mentioned Spears. He starts the second half trying to get it right up the middle. And so it's Cameron Carroll. The gain of 2.
Tulane offensively, obviously there's a lot of time left, so the run game is something that they're going to continue to do. They're going to have to get some chunk plays, though. On their 1 touchdown drive, there's a chunk run by Tajay Spears, chunk throw down the field as well.
So Pratt looked like he was going to look downfield. That falls incomplete to Shea Wyatt. He's got 62 yards passing. You'd mentioned a big play. 50 of those 62 yards came on 1 pass, and that one was to Jaquan Jackson.
And they're going to have to test these SMU defenders downfield just to get something going, some sort of excitement for that offense. It's been tough sledding as they tried to go downfield.
You cannot go 3 and out here. And that's Cam Carroll off the right side. He's going to pick up a gain of 5. And at this point, I wouldn't be stunned if Chip Long and Willie Fritz. I mean, what are you going to do at this point?
I mean, I almost think you have to. 4th and 2, you're down big. You stopped them one time on offense, or excuse me, your defense has stopped them one time, and that was aided by an offensive pass interference. I don't think you have to. Now, they've gone to the run a couple of times. I'd like them to do something. They had some success with the bunch concept on the 4th down earlier. Missed the throw, but they got a guy open.
Looks like they're going to call a timeout, or Chip Long wanted one, backed off it. It's a good shot there. His view on the sidelines. 4th and 2. Pratt to throw. Has time to the sidelines. And it's going to be a first down for Tulane. Shea Wyatt on the reception. And a gain of 9.
It's a nice route by Shea Wyatt. Just runs the stop, creates a little bit of separation from Jahari Rogers, and is able to be on the same page as quarterback. Michael Pratt delivers the football on time, and you convert the first down.
Could not afford to go at that point.
No,
4 and out. They went
agree.
for it. You had to get some momentum if you're going to stay in this game. Pratt, play fake, sets his back foot. Going to take a shot downfield. Has a receiver, and that's Jackson, who caught the 50-yarder earlier, and that's a gain of 43.
You're going to see Jackson at the bottom of your screen. He gets one-on-one with Trevor Denbo, the safety, and just runs away from him. It's an excellent throw by Michael Pratt, taking him downfield for the big game.
So already deep in SMU territory. Pratt does a good job climbing the pocket. He goes down. Delano Robinson tackles him after a gain of 4.
Matt, this is where you like to see multiple tight ends from Tulane. We typically see Will Wallace, number 84, Tyrick James, number 80, in the game together. They haven't really had the opportunity to get into that a whole lot. They've tried it a couple of times, not a lot of success. But James, the only tight end in the game right now.
Pratt looks left, fades one to the end zone. Wyatt goes up and gets it, and that's a good start for Tulane. First possession, second half, 7 plays, 75 yards, and a touchdown. Pratt to Wyatt.
Massive plays on that one. The 4th down conversion, the ability to go downfield and create an explosive play, and Michael Pratt and that offense staying on the field. They were down 24 points. That's 4 scores, unless you get 2-point conversion, then you can cut it to 3 scores, Matt.
Can't get anything by you.
A lot of math here today.
8 times 3 equals 24.
Oh, 2 tight ends in the game, both of them to the bottom of the screen.
See, kids, you learn watching football. Pratt looks right, throws right. Another pass at Wyatt. That falls incomplete. So Wyatt, his second touchdown of the night, keeps it 31-13. But Tulane, they're going to keep fighting. First possession, second half. Pratt goes downfield. Finds Shea Wyatt, second time of the night. 31-13 SMU. Saturday night football matchup, Big Ten battle in Bloomington. Ohio State, Indiana, 7:30 Eastern. ABC and the ESPN app. The last time the Hoosiers beat the Buckeyes, 1980. Oh,
dollar.
1988.
The kid you owe the kid $1, Matt.
Son, what am I getting $1 for?
$1. That's $1 for asking.
That's $1 for the kid. Knowing he's on TV.
He got asked if he was on TV. Yes, I'm on TV. And yes, Matt Barry's going to send me $1.
I got $1 says that kid takes the $1 taped on the "that's $1" sign. $1.
Second week in a row you've gotten fined by a fan.
I think Greenberg's making those signs. Massey to the 30-yard line. I told the kid last week, I said, if you put the Venmo on there, I'm going to Venmo you $1.
Although the way that's phrased, is he giving you the $1? Did you find him? You didn't find the kid, did you?
I didn't. Although he strikes me as someone who might skip out on his chores.
Oh, that would be $1.
That would be. And then he wouldn't get the $1.
Right.
Kids nowadays.
The scouting report's out there, Barry.
I'm easily finable. Ball spotted at the 30 from Mordecai. That's Siggers off the left side. And it'll be interesting to see Nick Anderson on the tackle. It'll be interesting to see how Garrett Riley calls this second half. You can't go away from who you are.
Right.
But you have to think perhaps seeing more of that running game in the second half, up 31-13.
Without sacrificing the aggressiveness, without taking your foot off the gas. I agree with you. You want to protect Tanner Mordecai, protect this lead. But he's been so good with his decision-making that I think you got to trust him.
It's Nick Anderson again, second tackle in a row for him. There's a gain of 3, bringing up 3rd and 5. You talked about being aggressive. SMU, big plays, getting them in chunks. Perhaps a more methodical approach to their second half ball plays, bringing up their first 3rd down.
Yeah, maybe a little less tempo. It's a 3rd down, so you'd expect them to take their time a little bit.
Their shortest drive of the night, 6 plays. See if SMU, or Tulane rather, just went down the field and scored. Showing pressure, see if they can get off the down early. Tanner Mordecai designed run. And that's going to be 4th and short. Dorian Williams on the stop.
He's going to stay on the field. 4th and 1, it's who you are, remain aggressive. It's a good play out of the secondary. Tanner Mordecai coming up. A good play from the linebacker position, I should say. Dorian Williams getting off the tackle to make the play.
Let's see what Sonny does here. I think the offense is going to stay on. 4th and 1, they go for it. Siggers trying to, second effort. Ball popped out. They're going to rule him down short of the first down. Oh, this is going to be close, Roddy. Matt, I was wrong on that. They gave him the first down.
Yeah, you get the spin and then, his elbow down.
Let's bring in Matt Austin. Matt, what do you think?
Well, I didn't notice the elbow down the first time. They did rule fumble. The umpire threw his beanbag. Hard to tell. The elbow goes down. Looks like the ball might be over the 40, which is the line to gain. But it looks like they're going to look at it.
Yeah, Michael Stevens is our replay official tonight. They're going to have a look at this one.
It's under further review.
Yeah, so let's take a look. You get the spin. The elbow's down somewhere in there. So I think this is going to come back because the elbow's clearly down. You know when the elbow goes down. It's when he comes out of that spin. And so you
it's not down there. I don't know that the elbow's... It's more of a forearm.
That's fair.
Matt, what do you see? I see forearm. I don't see elbow.
Well, hand and wrist does not put him down. It has to be the forearm or the elbow. You're exactly right. And I don't see anything indisputable. The ruling on the field was a first down. I haven't seen anything to overturn it.
I would also dispute the fumble.
Yes, I think the fumble was caused by the elbow hitting the ground. Or the ball hitting the ground right there.
Yeah.
So, yes, he would already been down.
So this, I mean, either way, it's going to be close. It was 4th and short as it was, and you're going to have to look at this. Roddy, I'm going with our expert Matt Austin saying this one's going to stay.
I agree. You know, initially when it goes down, it looked like it automatically jumped to elbow.
After further review, the runner was down, short of the line of the game. Ball be placed at the 39-yard line. First down, Tulane.
Wow. So they had him down short, to the surprise, I think, of the three of us, Matt Austin, Matt Berry, Roddy Jones. Let's have another look. What did they see, Matt? What do you think they ultimately decided here?
Well, you're looking through a lot of legs. If they're determining the elbow's down right there, then yes, he's definitely short. But I didn't think the elbow was that close to going down until later in the spin.
So Tulane does get that defensive stop after scoring on their first possession. See what they can do here. Good field position. Tajay Spears, the ball carrier, brought down by Robinson after a gain of 7.
Big stop for Tulane. If you're going to get back in this game, you have to capitalize here. It's a momentum play. You get the call on the review. They had the play before where we showed a quick replay of it where it looked like there was helmet-to-helmet contact, nothing called. But a couple of plays going their way. They got to capitalize.
Pratt 2nd and 3. Has the room to run. He's going to keep it himself in a slide, and that will get a flag. That's going to get a flag 7 days a week. That's Shane Haley after a gain of 8. So Tulane's going to be in a really good spot to climb all the way back in this game.
Yeah, we're to the time of year where you have football every day of the week, and you're exactly right. That's going to be a call every day of the week. Maybe twice on Sundays, because you know they protect those quarterbacks.
They do. Quarterbacks. Let's see this.
After play was over, personal foul, late hit, defense. Half distance to the goal, automatic, first down.
So, Matt Austin, I think it's clear to point out, too, in this day and age, everyone's looking for the targeting. That was just a personal foul.
Yes, that's correct. He did start the slide very easily. The defender did not lighten up at all. That's when you give him a little bit of a break if he does tend to hold himself up. But he continued through with the hit. It wasn't to the head neck area. It was right in the chest. But it is a late hit.
Yeah, that you can't dispute. He was clearly sliding down. So 1st and 10, and here comes Tulane. Ball already at the 13-yard line. Already scored in the second half. Off the left side, it's Spears. And he's going to bring it to the 10-yard line after a gain of 3. Tackled on the play by Chapman.
So for Tulane, you've not had a running back catch a pass yet. You have one catch out of your tight end room. That's not Tulane football. It has not been this year. Tyrick James has been their leading receiver all season. Chip Long trying to find ways to get them the ball. 2 tight ends in the game right now.
This area of the field, we saw that throwback 2 weeks ago against Houston.
Yep.
Pratt to the end zone, incomplete, intended for Deuce Watts.
2nd down and 7. I don't love that play call. You know, you're getting the slot fade unless you get some sort of pick to get the guy free. It's a low percentage throw, and you've been able to make a couple of them, but they've missed almost as many as they've made right now.
So they could still get the first down and make it goal to go, 3rd and 7.
SMU showing pressure to the field. We'll see if they continue to bring it. You saw Armani Johnson from the slot looking like he was going to come.
He's got trips right, Spears in the backfield. Pratt, quick throw, tipped. And avoids the interception. That would have been Haley, who was flagged for the personal foul. And at this point, Tulane needs points. They're going to bring on the field goal unit.
How about the play, though? Look at number 55, Gary Wiley, jumping over the running back to basically give Michael Pratt a high five as he's trying to throw the football, tips the pass. Great athletic play.
A 26-yard field goal attempt. Tulane to climb back in this one. They're going to split out, lined up for a fake. SMU doesn't appear to call a timeout. What are they going to do? Rolls left, throws to the end zone, has a man! Incomplete! Intended for Will Wallace. That was Ryan Wright. And SMU holds.
What a turn of events, Matt. Have the play.
Tulane went for the fake, and everybody knew it, and almost executed. SMU holds, still up 31-13, 8:37 in the 3rd quarter. Welcome back, 31-13, SMU. Tulane lined up for a field goal. And then until they didn't, Roddy, and they lined up for a ball play on 3rd and 7.
Yeah, they absolutely did. All right, so let's take a look at this. Will Wallace, the guy who ends up catching it, is actually lined up as the tight end. So let's watch this first shift. The first shift is going to put SMU in a little bit of a scramble drill. Now you're trying to figure out who's got who. You shift the tight end over. Wallace actually ends up wide open. Look, he's wide open right there, but the ball hangs up. And you get a really good play by Shane Haley, the linebacker on that one. So they actually had the play that they were looking for.
And how about the juxtaposition of that? Haley was the one hit for a personal foul.
Yeah.
And he makes the play to save it. I don't like it.
Yeah, the confusion is what you're looking for. The tackle, the guy who starts as the tackle ends up eligible once you shift the tight end over. And because of that, you get him open. It's not a great throw by the kicker, but the guy had the ball in his hands. You got to catch the ball.
Mordecai over the middle. Danny Gray's having a big night, gain of 3. Here's my counter to that. If you're going to run a play Why not run it with your quarterback and your offense?
Yeah,
and it wasn't
it
wasn't a trick either. It's not like they snapped it to the placeholder and then they lined up for a ball play.
The trick of it was opening up the guy who initially ends up at tackle and making him eligible, getting him to be eligible. That's the trick of it. You're trying to get a guy wide open, and they almost had him wide open. He was open, not wide open.
You know, I'm all for the as JoJo Dorsey brings down Mordecai. I'm all for being aggressive, but
you just want to run a ball play.
If you want to go for it and you're not going to kick the field goal, take Pratt out there, take your offense out there, run a ball play, get the first down of the touchdown.
The reason I'll defend him is because at the end of the day, your tight end's got the ball in his hands with a chance to score a touchdown. That's just a guy not making a play.
So 3rd and 5, they can get the ball back here if they stop SMU. Plenty of time for Mordecai. Has all day. And he takes advantage of it. Calcaterra had been busy early on, hadn't called his name in a while. That's going to be a gain of 8 and a first down.
Feels like he's open for about 10 seconds. Watch 88 in the middle of your screen. He's just hanging out, still open, making myself available to the quarterback. He does a great job of moving into the eye line of Tanner Mordecai. That's an experienced player, a guy who's played a lot of football.
That's a sit-down drill if I've ever seen one. Yep. That's Marcus Bryant, the right tackle for SMU, getting up pretty quick. It's a good sign for them. We're going to step aside while they tend to Bryant. SMU up 31-13. 8 of the college football season. Here's the slate Friday triple header. We got the Arch Manning game, Berkeley Prep and Newman, Memphis and UCF. We called Memphis's game a week ago. They've got a talented young team. And then Clemson and Pitt. I am fascinated by that game, 3:30 Eastern, ESPN. If Pitt hadn't lost to Western Michigan, Kenny Pickett and that team, you're probably looking at a top 15 team.
Yeah, I'd agree with
that. Being seriously talked about. But they've got Clemson Saturday at home as Mordecai is going to fake, boot to his left, can't find anybody. He's going to swallow it and be brought down for a sack. That's JoJo Dorsey, a loss of 4.
Look, this may be the only or the first mistake that Tanner Mordecai's made all night. You got to throw this ball away. He's looking downfield. Just throw it away there. Gets corralled, takes an unnecessary hit, gets slammed on the ground. Good job by Dorsey of just hanging out and getting a sack.
They moved Allen Ali over to right tackle. We went away with Marcus Bryant injured. Just the second sack allowed. Came in saying his offensive line was good. Mordecai living dangerously over the middle, nearly picked off by Dorian Williams.
You know, you mentioned earlier in the half, would SMU be more conservative? This one should have been a pick. And Dorian Williams has it in his hands, makes a great break on the football. And that's why you would go more conservative with that lead, but SMU opting to still air it out. I told you, I thought that's what they should do. The decision-making of Tanner Mordecai has been great, but on the last 2 plays, left some to be desired.
That ended a streak of 9 consecutive completions for Mordecai. Brings up a 3rd and long, low snap. Mordecai gonna take a shot, has Gray. And the huge night for Danny Gray continues. Big shot down the middle of the field, 43 yards, and now Danny Gray, 8 receptions for 140.
Mordecai limping a little bit, but a great delivery downfield, and Danny Gray just beats Lance Robinson off the ball and then runs by him. Let's see the hit that Mordecai takes. Oh, it just kind of gets rolled up by his own offensive lineman. Down the field, a great catch by Danny Gray, too.
Allen Ali rolled up on him. What a night for the talented receiver, Danny Gray. You know what? A guy that wears a neck roll is going to try to dive after gaining 3.
Love that.
Tanner Levine. You know what? That's living up to your brand.
Absolutely.
I'm going to jump for as many yards as I can. Here's another look at the Danny Gray catch.
It's a little underthrown, and it gives Lance Robinson a chance to get back in it, but the strong hands by Danny Gray. That's competing for the ball. Hey, how about the camera awareness by Gray? Staring into the camera.
6'2", 199-pound senior. Good job by the Tulane defense. Who's Brandon Epton going nowhere. Loss of 2.
Get a blitz off the right side. It's a nice job of executing by number 49, Armani Dixon. You get Macon Clark coming from the secondary.
And worth pointing out, they moved 77 Allen Ali over to that right tackle spot when Bryant went out. There's been a couple of times now where they've taken advantage of that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Another 3rd and long for this Tulane defense.
Siggers in the backfield in motion, leaks out to his left. Mordecai time over the middle. Boy, is this guy tough on 3rd down. That caught by Dylan Goffney. 1st and 10, Dorian Williams under coverage. That a gain of 22.
Another time where a SMU receiver makes a great catch. It's a pretty nice job of Dorian Williams picking up the cutter coming inside. But Goffney goes up, is able to snag this ball. Watch this catch, plucks it out of the air with the linebacker on his back, coming over his back. Nice job by Goffney.
That is now 8 SMU Mustangs who have caught a pass tonight. You talk about ball distribution, look no further. Siggers takes it to the 10, gain of 5. Let's get an update now on Marcus Bryant, the injured offensive lineman from Harry.
Yeah, Matt, Marcus Bryant was getting his left ankle looked at in the tent. They eventually took him off on a cart. It does not look like we'll be seeing him again tonight.
You see him there leaving the field. 6'8", 314-pound sophomore from Round Rock. He's been replaced by Allen Ali. Siggers gonna take it up the middle. Pony's still rolling. Touchdown SMU. A missed tackle by Dorian Williams. They've been leaning on that running game here in the 2nd half. Siggers now 15 carries, 14 carries, 78 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Shuffle on that offensive line, but number 77, Allen Ali, kicking out to right tackle, able to team up with Justin Osborne, the right guard, driving the defender back, and Siggers able to get in the end zone.
Roddy, 11-play, 91-yard drive. Again, that came after the trick play, the fake field goal. And SMU makes him pay.
And how about the 3rd and long conversions for Tulane? You've got the long one to Dorian Gray, to Danny Gray. You've got the other one over the middle to Dylan Goffney. The 3rd down conversions have really been the story all game. Because when SMU's been in those 2nd and 3rd and long situations, they've been able to convert more times than not.
So Taco Bell welcomes you to the Live My Student Section of the Year. Use hashtag StudentSectionSauce to get the committee's attention. Go to ESPN.com/Taco Bell to see how your school can compete. I know the SMU student section, which I'd like to think that I do. Worked in Dallas, Texas for 5 years at KXAS. Good opportunity to tell all my friends at NBC DFW hello.
There you go.
Newey Scruggs, Noah Bullard, Meredith Land, all my friends out there, NBC DFW. But there, look, that Knox Henderson area, hanging around Dallas, let's just say there's not a shortage of stuff.
There you go.
For the SMU student section to live Moss after the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Were you a sit on the hill type guy, or?
Well, Roddy was a professional journalist type guy, so I'd go cover the game.
Okay.
You know?
There you go.
I didn't get into the tailgating too much.
Okay, all right. You didn't slide down?
Did not slide down. Did not have that on my resume reel to get here to ESPN.
All right. I'm not sure you lived in Dallas, to be honest with you.
Where do you think I lived?
No, I'm not sure you lived.
Oh, if I lived? No, I lived. I certainly lived. All right, so SMU continues to marvel. Now exactly 500 yards total offense.
How do they continue to do it?
And look at how wonky the rush yards to pass yards are.
It's like pumping at the gas station and consistently coming up with zeros, like at the end.
False start. Offense, number 80.
So full disclosure, I'm the guy that will not leave until I leave the gas pump.
Really?
Yeah.
It has to be.
I'm not
like
leaving. I'm not leaving at 42.56. Okay. I'm getting it to 43.
What if you go to 43.01?
I lose my mind. Yeah, I know you're not supposed to top off, but I'm also not leaving it 0-1.
There you go. Can't do it.
1st and 15. Cameron Carroll does a nice job bouncing outside. And a gain of 9.
You know, Tulane had the momentum. You go back to the fake field goal that they weren't able to convert.
After scoring a touchdown earlier, you're right.
After scoring a touchdown, stopping SMU. There's a lot of momentum there. I mean, the entire tenor of this game would have changed. Then you get SMU in some 3rd and longs, and you're not able to convert. It's just been really demoralizing in a lot of ways for Tulane.
2nd and 6, another big gain for Cameron Carroll. A gain of 21, forced out by Trevor Denbo. Cameron Carroll tonight, 8 rushes, 49 yards. But it's so quick, Rod, how momentum can change.
Especially when you got an offense like SMU's on the other side that you're not really able to get off.
Here comes the pressure. Michael Pratt just got leveled by 44. That was a delayed blitz, and he got hit. Have another look at this.
He certainly did. Like 14. Richard Moore coming through there. Comes from depth, almost from secondary level. He gets a free shot on the quarterback.
I ID'd him as 44. My fault. That is 1-4. So 2nd and 10. Cameron Carroll again off the right side, nothing doing, and no gain. So 3rd down.
You know, in these situations, Tulane really thrives when you go man-to-man because they're able to get those backs and tight ends involved. SMU hasn't done that a whole lot.
No.
It's been mostly zone stuff, and it's frustrated Tulane. Michael Pratt hasn't been able to convert very much. Only 1 for 7 on 3rd downs.
So I think, Rod, we would both agree this is a 4-down game from here on out for Tulane.
Absolutely.
So they're going to be on the field the rest of the way in that offense. Carroll out of the backfield. That's going to be a 1st down. Carroll's got more. Takes it inside the 5, and a big play out of Michael Pratt, gain of 44. Right, we wondered where that screen game and that running back out game has been all night. There was 44 yards of it.
Yeah, you get a 0 blitz. There's no safety in the middle of the field. Man-to-man across the board. No one picks up the back. Watch him come out of there unscathed. Michael Pratt does a nice job of just flipping it out to his running back. Big gain inside the 10.
1st and goal, Green wave to the end zone. Deuce Watts. Count it. Touchdown Tulane. Tell you what, when they score, they don't waste any time doing it.
It's been big plays that have really helped them create it. Driving the ball down the field hasn't been their forte, and it looks like the offense is going to stay on. Down 19 points, so trying to cut it to 17. Nice job on the back shoulder. Deuce Watts coming back. He's been a big addition. He didn't play a couple weeks ago against Houston.
You see him grabbing that shoulder over there on the sideline. They'll go for 2. Pratt stays on, 38-19. Pratt pressured over the middle. Could have been picked off, falls incomplete. Richard Moore again on the QB pressure. And it remains 38-19.
If he'd have had time to wait just another beat, Tyrick James was wide open coming around the other side, but this is the touchdown that got him in the end zone. Deuce Watts falling on that shoulder, grimacing a little bit. Nice job holding on to the football, but once again, the 2-point conversion. You know, the conversions, the fake field goal, really haven't gone Tulane's way today. Execution has not been the forte consistently.
No, so if you leave 2 2-point conversions on, that's 4. Let's just say you kick the field goal. That's 7 points right there. You're looking at a different game.
You're doing a lot of math right now. We've done a lot of math on this broadcast.
Yeah.
It's advanced stuff right there.
Yes, yeah, I went to the Walter Cronkite School at Arizona State, not for math.
Okay.
For fun was number 1.
There you go.
I'm sorry. The degree was number 1.
There you go. The skills that you gained.
That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything else, but not math.
I'm sure the golf was on there at some point.
Golf was always on there.
Yep.
Yeah, Tulane lining up for that onside kick, and it's going to bounce around. Green Wave look like they've got it. They do. Roddy, you could tell by the way they were lining up that wasn't a normal kickoff formation. And Macon Clark recovers the onside kick.
Yeah, it's got just enough heat on it where the SMU receiver can't quite handle it. And Macon Clark bounces off of him, and Macon Clark's able to recover. Got just enough pepper on it where it's a tough one to handle right there in the middle. Falls right to Macon Clark. He's able to fall on it. SMU steals Tulane steals a possession by getting on it.
So let's see what Chip Long does with this quick change. Right away, SMU's defense is on the challenge. Elijah Chapman and a loss for 3.
A lot of times in those situations, an offense will take a shot, but you get a backside run through by Chapman, and he's able to make the play. It's kind of a momentum stunter a little bit.
A little bit. You'd think. I was looking for a shot from Chip.
It's 4 down territory. Why not?
Loss of 4 now, 2nd and 14. We're under a minute to play in the third quarter. Perhaps the story of this third quarter, missed opportunities for Tulane. A couple of 2-point conversions and a trick play. Pratt to the outside, that's Wyatt. Forced out by Brandon Crossley, gain of 12.
We mentioned it a couple of times today. This Tulane team has fought back in just about every single
time.
They've been able to close the gap. SMU's done a nice job of keeping them at arm's length. But this could be the drive, Matt. This could be the drive where you get just close enough. You see Chip Long saying, get under center.
So 3rd and 2. Under 20 seconds, and they're going to move again.
How many times have we seen that?
Enough to drive the coaches crazy for Tulane.
False start. Offense. Number 58. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
This Caleb Thomas. I think he's done that twice.
Yeah, sorry, big fella. You get that a couple of times in crucial situations. You got to come sit on the bench and think about your actions.
That's when you talk about mental mistakes.
Yep.
And for a team right now that's 1-5, they've lost 4 in a row. They can't find any momentum. You cannot afford mental mistakes when you're trying to claw your way back into the game. Under 10 in the third. They give SMU's defense steps up, loss of 1.
How many times have we seen a call like that on 3rd and medium, trying to go to the run? It's a really nice play on the edge.
So SMU trying to stave off a Tulane rally, up 38-19. It's going to be 4th down when we start the fourth quarter for the Green Wave. All ponies so far.
ESPN, home of the college football playoff. Run it.
Now for this week's college football rankings, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. We are nearing the first college football playoff rankings. It is no debate who the #1 team in the country is right now. Georgia Bulldogs. They're off this week. Cincinnati of the Americans still need some of those style points as we start the fourth quarter. 4th and 8 for Tulane, down 38-19. Pratt has to scramble, can't get away. What a series for Richard Moore. He was all over the yard on that series, and SMU's going to get the ball back.
It certainly was. They go empty to try and clean up the picture. There's nobody open. Man-to-man coverage, no separation. Moore with the closing speed, able to bring down the quarterback, come up with the big 4th down stop.
Richard Moore out of Cedar Hill, Texas. There is talent all over this Metroplex. Cedar Hill, DeSoto, Highland Park, Allen, Texas, South Lake Carroll. They're everywhere.
You know, and Sonny Dykes was talking to us when we talked to him this week about why this job is so good. Access to talent is through the roof at the school, both coming out of high school and from guys wanting to come home through the portal.
Go to Flower Mound, Texas, go to Plano, go to Frisco. Euless Trinity, one of the great programs in this country. I mean, all you have to do is hit a 7-iron northwest and south, and you'll just be able to pluck anyone you want.
And it's funny, you know, Sonny Dykes said, look, the team that had the type of success that we're aspiring to that's a similar type school as we are, is the Miami Hurricanes. And when they did it, they were recruiting their backyard better than anybody. He said, if we can do the same thing, just recruit our backyard really well, then we'll have similar type success.
You know, and you mentioned the transfers, some of the high-impact transfers. It started with, you know, Garrett Gilbert was one, Shane Buechele. But look at all of the transfers on SMU's roster.
Yeah. And the vast majority of these guys coming home to the DFW. And SMU really plays that up. They've got the born and raised billboards across the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
And you look at some of those guys. I mean, Reggie Robertson, he went to DeSoto. He's from DeSoto, so he's from the area. You look, Nolan Matthews-Harris, Frisco, Jordan Curley, Austin. Like, these are guys that started their careers elsewhere and have found their way back home here to Dallas. 3rd and 7, incomplete, intended for Gray. Let's go down to Harry.
Yeah, Matt, you guys talk about the guys that they want in their own backyard playing here. Brandon Crossley, who transferred back here from Colorado State, was real animated here on the sideline talking about, we got them right where we want them. This is what we're doing. This is why we are here.
Yeah, you get that hometown pride with some of these guys. Watching that show, The Hilltop, they featured one of the hometown kids, Delano Robinson. He's from Denton, Texas. I went to Denton Ryan High School. His dad owns a gym in the area. That's where he worked out during COVID. There's something about the pride of DFW, pride of the state of Texas. And as someone who covered the high school ball in this area for 5 years, Roddy, I'm telling you, on any given Friday night, you could go to any one of these high schools in the area and you were going to see some world-class high school football.
Yeah, and look, as someone who married a Texan, I know the Texas pride runs through and through, and the passion that this community has for its football. We tend to paint all transfers the same. Like, guy goes somewhere, it doesn't work out, so he just, you know, maybe quits on his team or goes somewhere. Sometimes guys just want to go home.
That's it.
They get homesick, and it happens to people all throughout college, and SMU provides them a great destination to do that.
Pratt pressured, has to get out of the pocket. It's going to throw it downfield. It's going to fall incomplete. And intended for Tyrick James. Turner Cox provided the pressure.
Check out Michael Pratt. He's got the cotton ball stuffed up his nose. Likely got bloodied up a little bit. I mean, this dude is showing some toughness today. I like what Michael Pratt brings to the quarterback position, his ability to run and the toughness that he's shown.
They tell us, man, one of the hardest things they have to do is keep him off the field. Plenty of time. Buys more out of the pocket, goes downfield, intended for Deuce Watts. It's going to fall incomplete. They say with a guy like Michael Pratt, they say he's always got a cowboy up. Yeah. He's just tough. He's a tough kid. There's blood all over his jersey to prove it. Look at his elbow. It's been one of those nights where he's been hit. He took 23 hits in the Houston game.
Yep.
And that drives the coaches crazy.
And that was a couple weeks after the Ole Miss game where he was banged up, but with a banged up shoulder was playing fearless against Houston.
3rd and 10, the run off the left side to Cameron Carroll. That's going to be a gain of 2. So now 4th and 8. You're down 19. You got a whole quarter and 3 timeouts.
Yeah, you got to go for it. Chip Long, a little frustrated. He's caught a lot of runs on 3rd and medium, 3rd and long. He's popped one of them. Likely getting the looks that he wants, but not executing up front. On 4th down, you got to put the ball in the air. Looks like they're going to get man-to-man.
Pratt to the side. It's going to be incomplete. And I'd imagine SMU's one score away from putting this thing away. Another 4th down stop for the Mustangs defense. Try to remain unbeaten, 38-19 here in the 4th.
For the Mannings tonight.
You've reached Peyton and Eli. Leave a message.
What's up, knuckleheads? It's Chuck. I'd love to do the show again and bring Shaq with me this time. Watch Peyton and Eli. You never know who'll drop by.
I'm never not going to laugh at that.
No, every single time.
Welcome back, Peyton and Eli, coming up on Monday Night Football. 38-19.
Think there's going to be any mention of the Tennessee Ole Miss game?
Never. There's our guy, Tyler Levine, neck roll, cowboy collar, go get it.
You know, this is his kind of fourth quarter. You're up by a few scores. Just hand it to the guy with the neck roll. Let him run through that defense, drain the clock. Tyler Levine. It's funny when we talked to Garrett Riley. We asked him, "Hey, do the guys make fun of him at all for the neck roll?" He said, "Not as much as I make fun of him."
Look, I feel like in the great state of Texas, like you're allowed to wear that.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's from Cedar Park. You're allowed to wear a neck roll or a cowboy collar.
Yeah, your toughness rating on Madden goes up.
They said that he's got good hands too.
Yeah, best hands on the team.
When's the last time a player that had a neck roll had good hands?
70s.
Tom Rathman.
I don't know.
Did Tom Rathman have good hands?
I don't know.
Can we get Elias on that? Tom Rathman, Roger Craig, John Taylor, Jerry Rice, Brett Jones, the tight end.
You know, they've kind of fallen out of favor. It's there to protect your head. You know, you lead or you hit people with your face mask. It keeps your neck from snapping back.
He looks like the character Riggins on Friday Night Lights.
Yes, he does.
Traded after.
Yes, he does.
Mordecai over the middle. Calcaterra. There's a flag on the play.
Pass interference. Offense. Number 88. 15-yard penalty. Replay first down.
The second time one of the SMU receivers been caught for that earlier. It was Rice. This time, Calcaterra.
Oh, wasn't. It was done before the catch. Calcaterra, big target. You know, some of those big targets like the bully guys. Sonny Dykes not happy about it. Says that's very bad. It's a very bad call.
We hit 11.5 in the fourth quarter. Epton off the left side. Dana 1. Freelo on the tackle.
This is an SMU offense that had 400 yards at halftime. It slowed down a little bit in the second half, kind of like we expected it to. They've tempo a little bit less. Mordecai's been asked to throw the ball down the field a little bit less.
And they're right on their averages. They average 5.11 a game. They've got 5.16 so far in this game. No, this is good microphone reception. Tanner Mordecai. It's Rashee Rice on the reception. Jaden Kennedy on the tackle. Gain of 8. There's a large contingent of folks that hope the scoring picks up here the rest of the fourth quarter.
These folks are feeling pretty good at halftime.
My math, it's 57 total. We'll need about 13 more points to be happy if you're on that side of it.
I'm not sure Tanner Mordecai's put that mouthpiece in all game. He's kind of just been hanging out there.
It's a fashion statement.
Yeah. 3rd and 16, though. I mean, if Tanner Mordecai's been fantastic in these situations today. It feels like every 3rd and long, he's been able to create time, find one of his receivers. Calcaterra on the field.
Calcaterra has been his guy in these situations. Mordecai, pocket gets hazy. He's able to step out of it. Look at that cut. He slides. They're going to want the flag. Mordecai gets up, mouth it off.
How about the fieriness of your quarterback?
I'll tell you, I'm surprised Dorian Williams, number 2, didn't get a flag at the end of this for coming in and headbutting Mordecai. Take a look. Good job by Mordecai to get out of the pressure. Has a nice cut here. Slides, guys hit him, and then he starts jawing at Dorian.
See, I think it was actually Mordecai that got in Dorian's face. Maybe didn't like the fact that they came in and kind of, corralled him. I like it, though, out of your quarterback. You're up big.
Yeah.
Start chirping.
Got to have it. 38-yard field goal attempt. by Mazza. There's more points for SMU. Now 41-19. Tanner Mordecai's done a little bit of everything tonight. And because of it, SMU staring at 7-0, up 41-19.
ESPN Thursday Night College Football is brought to you by the all-new 2021 Ford F-150. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Old Billy F. Gibbons, ZZ Top. He's become a huge SMU fan.
You got some ZZ Top on your running playlist, right?
That's right. I bookend it with Adele and Taylor Swift.
Attaboy. It's the only way to do it.
I mean, if you're going to finish that 4th mile.
Easy on me. Shake it off.
It's about cardigan weather, too, isn't it?
Oh, cardigan weather.
Jaquan Jackson on the return. Oh, what a hit! Jimmy Phillips. And you had to know there was going to be a flag on that. And I'll tell you, during the break, Sonny Dykes was absolutely undressing the officials.
Personal foul. Targeting. Number 24. The defense. Previous play is under further review.
This may send him into a different orbit of anger. So Matt Austin, it's why we have you here to help us with situations like this. What do you see in the targeting call?
When I saw it initially, I didn't see anything.
That is
I still don't see anything. There's an attack, but it's chest to chest. He does a good job keeping his head out of the way. This is a textbook tackle.
So number one, that is not targeting, number one. Number two, the runner jumps. So how is that? What's the defender supposed to do there?
Well, in this case, I don't think the defender did anything wrong. Had he lowered his head and come in with the crown, then you could still have targeting. It doesn't matter that the runner jumped. He kept his head up.
After further review, there is no targeting. First down, Tulane.
And Matt, another question I have for you, because Roddy and I, we all deal with this on a weekly basis. Are they trained now to throw the flag if it looks a certain way and review it and get it over with? Should the flag even been thrown there, I guess is what I'm asking.
Well, it was a very hard hit, and the way they went down, I can see the official thinking, I'm going to err on the side of caution. This could have been targeting.
Matt, I got one more for you. When a runner jumps like that, is he protected under the defenseless player, or is he still a runner even though he leaves his feet?
He's still a runner. He's not considered defenseless.
So it just turned out to be a good football play. Matt Austin, great stuff. Thank you. Love having you on the broadcast with us to make sense of all that. I know that targeting is such a weekly topic in football games. But look, I love it when they get it right. Throw the flag if you need to. Matt saw it right away. He's like, that's not targeting.
And the officials did as well. That was quick. They went over, they reviewed it, they made the decision, they came back. That's how it's supposed to work.
I would applaud everyone all around, our replay official, Michael Stevens, and everybody involved on that one to get it done in a correct and timely manner, which is what they're always trying to do.
Right.
But some plays just take longer than others.
And look, it's a tough job. It's a tough call on the field, and even upon replay, a lot of times there's judgments involved. What's an attack? There's a lot going on, a lot of moving parts.
Michael Pratt takes a shot. Oh, Wyatt was flirting with a top 10 play there, broken up by Jahari Rogers.
Tell you what, he's been great for Tulane today, making some tough catches. Good job of Rogers continuing to fight, feeling that his arm is between the arms of Wyatt. Eventually gets the ball out. That's a pretty strong hands though by Wyatt.
Wyatt came off a little banged up as you see him over there on the Tulane sideline. 2 touchdowns tonight. Second and 10, that's going to be Spears. Gain of 1. Elijah Chapman on the tackle.
This SMU defense hasn't been talked about a lot during our broadcast and overall, but this is a defense that's 3rd in the American in scoring defense. They're giving up 22 points a game, holding Tulane under that tonight. They've been really good on 3rd down tonight.
3rd and 9. Pratt taking a shot, has a wide open Deuce Watts. Coverage bust for SMU. Watts takes advantage, dipping that left shoulder he hurt on the touchdown. That's a gain of 42.
The cornerback falls down. Jahari Rogers there at the top just slips. And you know what, SMU defense, that one's on me. The truck let me know. That's an announcer's jinx right there. But a great play by Tulane on the other side, taking advantage of a misstep by SMU.
Another shows you'd be fined $1.
Yeah, it's fair.
Pratt. Absolutely pummeled by Gary Wiley. That is a scary hit.
Just hope Michael Pratt's okay.
And now the officials got to keep the tempers. You can hear it with our microphones. All right, we're going to hop aside. They're going to tend to Michael Pratt, the quarterback. We'll update you when we come back.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Targeting. With targeting. Defense. Number 55.
Replaying this hit on Michael Pratt. It was called targeting. Matt Austin, our rules official, is with us. Matt, walk us through everything you're seeing here.
Okay, the ruling on the field, or the call on the field, was a late hit with targeting. So there's nothing the officials can do with the late hit. That has to stand. I don't think this is targeting. I think this is just a very, very hard, violent hit, but it looks like it's shoulder to shoulder. The quarterback looks like his head hits the ground, which caused the injury. Let's listen to the announcement.
After further review, there was no targeting. The forcible contact was to the shoulder and into the shoulder. We still had a dead ball, late hit on number 55. Foul being forced, half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
So the hit on Gary Wiley. Now, Matt, I want to peel another layer off of that. As you look at Michael Pratt, he is clearly, his head hit the turf and he's not in a good spot. Was this still a late hit?
Well, you can debate that. The quarterback does slide very late. I thought the defender was already committed, so therefore he really couldn't stop the hit. I'm not crazy about it, but I understand why it was called.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Matt. I understand why it was called. The late slide. I mean, if you're a quarterback, you got to be smarter than that.
Well, no, but here's what I'll say. Look, it was clear he was going to slide. I don't even know that you need to make that hit.
But defenders can't assume that a quarterback's going to slide. Like, if you're a defender and you're pursuing a quarterback, what if he doesn't?
Watch.
But what if he doesn't slide? At this point, when he goes for the hit, there's no slide.
But what's he doing there? Look, I'm with you. It's tough to be a defender, but it was clear he was sliding.
I don't think it was clear. Not for a guy that's running full speed at a quarterback. You can't assume it.
So Tulane punches it in for the touchdown. Tajay Spears to make it 41-25. Inching closer to a magical number for some. 6:50 left to play.
Meanwhile, nice play by Tulane, opening up a lane on that left side. Tajay Spears able to get in the end zone. Running back to the sideline.
They are going to kick the extra point. So now 41-26, 6:50 to play. Kick off your Week 7 NFL Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern. The Countdown Crew on ESPN. Week 7 Monday Night Football matchup. It's going to be fun as well. After Countdown, you get a full Sunday of action. You get Monday Night Football. Saints in Seattle to take on the Seahawks. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and the ESPN app. And then Peyton and Eli are back. Got a couple weeks off.
Wonder who they'll get on Monday.
Whoever they want.
That's true. That's a good point.
I mean, that's a Rolodex. They probably, you know what they do? They probably have a side bet who can get the best guest.
How do you judge who gets the best guest between like the A-listers that they get? I mean, the people that they've gotten have been fantastic. Who's the deciding factor there? You think?
A panel of their peers.
Fair.
Although I don't think they have any peers. I think they stand alone in this one.
I bet it's Cooper. I think Cooper decides.
And then it all leads to who Arch chooses for college.
Yeah.
It's all really one big thing.
Tulane's already recovered one onside kick. Looks like they're going to line up for another.
I don't think that went 10 yards. We have had some things happen in the last 15
Ruling on the field. It's illegal touching by Tulane.
Certainly not been boring.
First down.
I want to go down to Harry for an update on Michael Pratt.
Yeah, Matt, Michael Pratt is still in the tent. There's been a couple of assistants to go in and out of there, and a trainer did walk out of the tent with his helmet.
Yeah, it was clear hair that his head hit that turf hard. He was a player that they were so happy to have back and healthy. God, is so quick.
Yeah.
In this day and how we play football now, I don't think it was debatable whether he was going to slide. I just don't.
Yeah, I want to put some of the onus on the quarterbacks too, though. Like, you're on a football field. You have to protect yourself. You can't leave it to chance. Like, I mean, I go back to week 1 with Matt Corral sliding late against Louisville. Now, a targeting call is on that. And, yes, you get the call on the other side. But you can't assume that those defenders are going to assume that you're going to slide. Protect yourself.
But here's what I want to know. What did you want him to do differently there? He was in the act of sliding.
Well, either slide earlier, A, so decide you're going to slide earlier and do that, or B, don't slide. Protect yourself.
So you're saying sliding sometimes puts them in harm's way?
Yeah, sliding is the most defenseless position you can be in a football field. Going head first is safer. Obviously, running is safer in a lot of ways.
Oh, here goes cowbell. Tyler Levine. Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose. Everything but your neck roll. 44-yard touchdown, Tyler Levine.
I don't think I've ever seen a guy with a cowboy collar hit the gritty. But how about that?
That was special.
Garrett Riley told us he's got some of the best hands on the team. He didn't really need great hands on that one. Catching that football was fairly easy. You know what? If you're going to score, I'm going to take that off and just throw it on the ground.
5'11", 229 of meat and a neck roll. And some moves.
Hit it. Love it.
Oh, by the way, for the crowd who had the you-know-what, you just hit the you-know-what.
Gotta love it.
Now everyone loves Tyler Levine. That magic number puts you over 48-26 SMU. Center with John Anderson, Nabil Kareem. Can Caleb Williams, can he win the Heisman? You look at the tape of the rising student. I'm reading a Sports Center promo.
Sorry, I thought you were asking.
I'm not asking. Breakdown, we clearly know how you think of it. Breakdown of the Broncos and Browns and highlights of Luka versus Trae Young, Giannis and Jimmy Butler. John Anderson, Nabil Kareem, Sports Center for our game here on ESPN.
Never had a guy miss half the season, basically, not playing half the season with a Heisman.
Have you seen him play the last
he's fantastic.
6 quarters of football?
Look, man.
But let me ask you this: who has run away with the Heisman?
Nobody.
So it's wide open.
Except for a guy that's only played 6 quarters this season.
Look at Caleb's numbers.
Look, he's been incredible, man. That was
his first start.
I'm not taking away from anything he's done. The second half against Texas, last week against TCU.
I mean, this dude skipped his senior year of high school because of COVID.
Yeah.
Rolls into where Spencer Rattler was playing, paints his fingernails, and just slings it.
There's just so much personality there. And look,
I love it.
This is I'm not talking about what Spencer Rattler brought, but he brings an energy to that team that's different. You send a corner blitz on a zone read, he gets caught, doesn't matter, make you miss, go for a touchdown.
Cameron Carroll off the left side. I do the ESPN College Football Podcast with Kirk Herbstreit on Mondays. And by the way, download wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah. It's a great point. You guys do a great job.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Herbie was saying this last week, he said, Caleb will be in New York City as a Heisman finalist. Not saying he's going to win it.
I would not have a problem
He also
with
said
that.
he's going to be the face of college football for the next 2.5 years.
Yes, sir. Completely agree with that.
Picked off. That was the backup quarterback. Kai Horton was in. The interception by Isaac Slade Mautotia. Mautotia goes down. SMU gets the turnover after Richard Moore applied the pressure.
There's pressure in the face of Horton, like you said. He's just trying to dump it to the back. Doesn't account for Slade Mautotia. It's a pretty easy interception, and yeah, celebrate. Bring out the
we're going to the club. It's the first time we've gone over the turnover.
Let's pop the bottles. Here we go. Let's go. Pop the bottles. Let's get weird on Thursday night.
Make sure to tip your waitress.
There you go. Fan, get the confetti.
And Preston Stone, now the highly touted quarterback that we had talked about earlier in the show, 4-star kid out of Dallas, Texas, went to Parrish, is in at quarterback.
Sonny Dykes is really fired up about that guy.
As Brandon Efton lowering his shoulder. And look, there was a quarterback competition between Preston and Tanner Mordecai. Mordecai came into camp and beat him out, but you get a 4-star kid out of this area. That's one of those examples that Sonny was talking about. Now you've got your guy to replace Tanner when he's ready to go. You can build the future around a highly touted quarterback from your backyard and then start building around him.
And Tanner Mordecai's got at least one more year of eligibility with COVID. He may have 3 years for all we know. I say that tongue-in-cheek.
No, the 10-year quarterback's a thing.
Yeah, well, Preston Stone, though, he's going to be able to push him every step of the way, too. A talented young freshman. Sonny Dykes said, in terms of freshman quarterbacks, he's about as good as I've ever been around.
So Mordecai's night's over. Career high, 427 yards throwing, 30 of 42, 3 touchdowns, ran for a touchdown. If it was a Saturday, Mordecai would be eligible for the coveted helmet sticker on College Football Final.
So you have to play on Saturday to get a helmet sticker?
That's right. You do.
I feel like that's a
I believe we gave one. It was 3 years ago.
He threw for 427 and 3 touchdowns. We got to make an exception.
3 years ago, we actually gave one early. It was when Hank Bachmeier got the start and beat Florida State.
There you go.
Bachmeier got a retroactive sticker.
Bachmeier ran about 109 plays in that game. I don't think that's an exaggeration.
And Matt Austin, you want to talk about the interception, Matt?
Well, I'd like to talk about the hit on the quarterback on the interception play.
All right, fire away.
Well, I get asked all the time, what are defenders supposed to do to avoid a targeting call? That hit right there is what they're supposed to do. Keep your head up, get it to the side, and hit the player in the chest.
Love it.
So, because we've been talking about it all night, right? Some of these targeting calls on quarterbacks. And there you see Stone over the middle. So let's show it again, and Matt, walk us through, because it is a good example of how you stay out of targeting's way.
Yeah, we always talk about keeping your head up and don't hit with the crown of the helmet. Now, you got a defensive player here to worry about too, so you got to not hit him high, but he went in with his hands first, hit him in the chest, a perfectly legal hit.
And one that the quarterback fell. So as a defender, you accomplish what you wanted to accomplish. You continue to make the quarterback uncomfortable. He obviously throws an interception. I think it's obviously a great point, Matt. I mean, you're a professional.
I think we've covered just about every basis of targeting tonight. We had one on the kick return that wasn't. It was
correct with the player jumping. Yep.
You had the one on the Pratt hit, also didn't stick.
Yep.
And then you have an example of how to do it correctly.
I think that's 3 examples of how not to commit targeting.
Right.
Because all 3 of those determined not to be targeting. What a great shot. Our crew's done an excellent job today.
And a lot of shots out there tonight. Under 3 minutes to play. Preston Stone in. That's Ecton up the middle. And another touchdown for SMU. Boy, has this offense been electric tonight. 612 yards. On the cusp of 55 points.
It's been so evenly spread throughout the offense, too. Epton now getting in the mix. True freshman getting in the end zone. Preston Stone had a nice play a couple of plays ago.
We talk about SMU now at the beginning of the show, beginning of the game, of what they have in front of them. They're going to get through Tulane. Up next, they go at Houston. And when UID teams in the American, quality wins for one another. SMU qualifies, Houston's going to qualify, and then you have Cincinnati.
Yeah, the Houston game is going to be interesting because Houston, one of the best defenses this year in this conference. Obviously at Memphis, we saw Memphis starting to play a lot better. As long as they don't turn the ball over, they're a tough out. At Cincinnati, you get through those two. UCF is struggling with their injuries. You get through those two at Cincinnati. How big would that be for the conference? SMU probably be hanging out somewhere around that 15 range.
Probably get a visit from College Game Day.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
It would be the whole package.
It certainly would. And Cincinnati, if you want to boost that resume to get in the college football playoff, having an SMU ranked in that top, certainly top 20, maybe top 15, and potentially getting them twice, that really boosts the resume.
You go on the road twice now. 2 weeks in a row at Houston and Memphis. And Memphis is a young football team that's going to have their day.
Yeah. And look, the way I just described it was assuming that Cincinnati wins. This SMU team, the way they can score, Cincinnati's got a great defense. That's a strength-on-strength matchup. I am fascinated to see how that one goes down. Right now, Cincinnati's a better football team, but SMU's starting to play better.
The American obviously in the news today, adding teams, 6 teams to their conference. One of them right up the road from here, North Texas and Denton. Rice is another one, Charlotte's coming in. FAU's coming in. UAB, UTSA. But the American, for now, pretty competitive up top. 3 teams, 3-0, 2-0, and 2-0. Be a fun finish.
It's certainly it's a real Big 10, Big 12 feel, where like all of the teams that end up at the top somehow every year end up playing each other in November. Gotta love it. Although I want to know what SMU did to get all 3 of those games on the road. At Houston, at Memphis, at Cincinnati.
It's funny you bring up the Big 12 style because George Kliavkoff, the new commissioner of the Pac-12, today had said something. He's got an injured Tulane player. Said today that a preliminary discussion, maybe going away with the North-South divisions and just putting the 2 best teams in the conference championship.
Well, and then under that, I would assume that you'd start to get some Oregon USCs in November. You'd start to get some UCLA, Arizona States in November. You'd start to get some of those big matchups creep into November so that you have these teams that are ranked highly. Look, the Big Ten, because of the way their rivalries shake out, you get a lot of those matchups early in the year to get them on TV and then late in the year to really take the spotlight.
Here are a few of our featured AAC events on ESPN Plus. Every Thursday, the Hilltop gives you behind-the-scenes look into the Mustang football program. Showed you an excerpt of that tonight. Wednesday, the SMU men's soccer team hosts number 11 Tulsa, and the next Friday cross-country championships, Lakeland, Florida. Sign up today, espnplus.com/AAC. It's just the landscape of conferences and the sport has just been in flux.
Yeah.
Probably now for about, 9 months? Playoff expansion talk, all of it. It's just it's all on the table.
It feels like it's becoming fast and furious. at us. And obviously after the playoff expansion talk, everyone thought, okay, this is inevitable, here we go. And then you get the bombshell dropped, Oklahoma and Texas going to the SEC, and that starts everything.
3rd and 1, Cameron Carroll's going to get the first down.
Carroll on the run.
Temper is just flaring here at the end of the game.
Frustration from Tulane. Shot Green, the right tackle.
After play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 69 of the offense. Result of the play was a first down.
You look at both sides, and I think here in the second half, it seems like there's been a lot of penalties. SMU, 5 penalties, 61 yards. Tulane has the 6. That'll be their 7th. But overall, there's just a lot of, like I said, drama and tempers in the second half. But overall, it's been a pretty clean football game.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've had some physical play. Obviously, the hit on Michael Pratt being the biggest topic of discussion between us. It'll likely be a topic of discussion going forward. Hope that Michael Pratt's all right for their game next week.
Carroll on the carry.
Against Cincinnati. It doesn't get any easier for Tulane, though. Cincinnati's next at UCF, then you get Tulsa, South Florida, and at Memphis. It's been a tough season for Willie Fritz and that crew.
They're going to fall to 1-6 on the season. They've got Cincinnati next week, or in 2 weeks rather. That likely the final play of the game.
Run, stopped by Richard Moore.
So the struggles continue for Tulane. SMU stays perfect on the season, now 7-0. We are going to learn a lot about this team here in the coming weeks. Roddy, final thoughts on what you saw out of the Mustangs tonight?
Well, that guy was fantastic. Tanner Mordecai was excellent, especially on 3rd and longs. He had an excellent game, a helmet sticker worthy game, Matt, but it was a complete team effort by SMU. The defense really performed as well, and they are looking like a team that can contend in the American.
For our director, Jocelyn Meyer, Pete Delaria, the producer, Harry Lyles Jr. on the field, and our reporter, Matt Austin, rules official. For Roddy Jones, I'm Matt Berry. Final score 55-26 SMU. Send it over to Sports Center.
Oh man, Matt Berry.